Hello. Welcome. I'm ignoring him. Welcome to High Rollers. I am Mark, your regular Dungeon Master, here for some Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition action. We are down a player this week, sadly, but joining me, we have Chris Trott. Hello. Tom Hazel. Hello. And Kim Richards. Sadly, we are missing Katie. She's up in Scotland.
Oh, she's on her way back.
On her way back from Scotland,
Flight got delayed.
Oh.
Again?
Every flight she's had
really?
has been delayed or cancelled.
Bastards!
Was the one going out delayed?
Yeah.
Poor girl. No luck for poor Katie. Yeah. Hopefully she might be in chat at some point when she gets home and she can make sure that you're all dead. And we'll see what happens. So, a couple of quick announcements before we jump back into the game. The most important one, which Katie will be very mad at me if I don't do, is all about Insomnia 62!
I think we have an overlay for it, don't we?
Maybe.
Maybe?
Unless you've sent it to Steve, I don't think so.
I remember that here and there might be an overlay. So Steve!
Yeah, could you just pull that out of your butt, please? Like,
well, I can tell you the information, because Tom, I think, is on drugs.
No, I'm on drugs.
Insomnia 62, we will be doing our first big live High Rollers show. So we've done a couple of live sessions at MCM before, but this is going to be a proper stage show. We're going to have props. There's going to be a throne for me. I get a throne.
What do we get? Peasant store.
Peasants' chairs.
Dunce chairs.
It's going to be really cool. It's currently being called Fading Light, High Rollers Fading Light, a live Dungeons and Dragons show. Tickets, I believe, are on sale now, or you can check out the website.
Yes, they have been since Friday.
They have been since Friday, so you can go to the website, which
just Google Insomnia I62. And it'll be that website.
It'll be on the ticket page there. You can do that. Their tickets are £10. You can join us. It's a 2-hour show. We'll be doing a live action show. You don't need an Insomnia ticket to go. You can just come to the live show if you're in the area.
You don't need to go to Insomnia.
It's going to be at Birmingham NEC.
31st of March.
31st of March.
Nice.
So you can check that out.
We did it.
It's going to be really awesome. Check the High Rollers Twitter. That's got all links and everything to the ticket page
What's
and
the
stuff like that.
Twitter, Mark?
At High Rollers DND.
You mean the ampersand?
Ampersand.
Nope.
No, what do you mean?
It's DND.
That's what I said,
I know, I'm
DND.
just trying to, you know.
Comedy. Ha
Make sure it's clear.
So you can check that out. That's
Unlike your Twitter.
Yeah, yes, thank you. Let's not point that out. So yeah, don't forget we're going to be at Insomnia. It's going to be really awesome. We're really hyped for it. It's going to be a really big, cool show.
Please go.
We're going to try and do some really kind of big, spectacle-y stuff.
If it does well, we can do more.
Yeah, I've asked for a giant dragon prop.
Have you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a huge, bigger than me dragon that would sit behind me. Like I've genuinely asked for that.
Can I set fire to everyone?
No.
Also,
You can set fake fire to everyone, like with ribbons or
I need
something.
to get better at like stopping people. Also,
What?
it's potentially like one of the last times we'll be using the characters as well.
It will be, yes. Will be the Nightfall campaign will be ending around then. Hence the name Fading Light.
yeah.
It's going to be.
Sorry, that just
Yeah.
clicked.
It's hence
It's called
That's why
Fading
it's-
Light.
why it's
Yeah.
called Fading Light.
Yeah, and I tweeted the other day saying...
It could be this is the last
Yeah.
chance.
So it
Yeah.
could potentially be a last hurrah for
A
these
last
characters.
hurrah for the
Hurrah!
Nightfall characters.
That makes a lot of sense, guys.
So if you're a big fan of High Rollers, definitely come along to
God.
that. The only other thing I'm going to quickly point out is a completely shameless plug for myself. I have started a new show over on my channel, Tabletop Weekly on
What?
YouTube.
What is that again?
It's youtube.com/Tabletop Weekly, Tabletop Weekly. It's a new show, it's called DM 101. If you're interested in giving Dungeon Mastering a go, if you want to be a Dungeon Master, this show is designed to help people like Chris Trott.
I've never done it before.
Learn that you have your liar.
I haven't.
It's designed to help people get into Dungeon Mastering. The latest episode is all about how you format notes or how I format my notes. I know a lot of people have asked me about that in the past.
I need
so
it.
You should check that out.
I wish there was a YouTube video that's over 30 minutes that really succinctly tells me how to DM. Broke it down into multiple
I wouldn't say
videos.
succinctly. It's over 30 minutes.
Is there a whiteboard?
Yes, there's a whiteboard
I'm
in
in.
it.
Is there a really snappy, cool intro with
There
great
is.
music?
Yep, absolutely.
Is there lightning in the intro?
No, that's the other show you're thinking of
Not
that I stopped
interested.
doing.
Oh.
Right, anyway, Kim, I'm sorry.
I have a migraine incoming, and
that
like
Chris Trott
hence
voice.
the hat being so low you
forgot
can't see my
about
eyes because there's a light going that way.
It's
And-
piercing, isn't it? When he does that, it's
Yeah.
piercing.
I really went
I'm
right
going to
through
eat really loudly into
I'm
your
sorry.
ear and see how much you like it.
me. You do.
Sorry, I'm a bad person.
I'll just
Right.
send you my medical bills
A recap
Is NHS covered?
for now.
for now, yeah. Until Virgin get that contract, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you're screwed. Anyway, recap. Let's not do politics. Last time we journeyed together, you are all currently investigating the city of Graybell. The city was actually where some of your adventures began. It was the destination that Cam, Elara, and Juto all left from before they began these kind of crazy adventures that they've had. The city has fallen very silent and very quiet. It's no longer taking visitors or trade. The walls have been sealed up, and Cam Buckland had a vision from his goddess Avandra, who told them that there was some unholy dark magic taking place, connected to his past that you guys don't know the full details of. In particular, a man called Karen Blackhearth, who is, as you've discovered, a vampire. It's pretty obvious that he's a vampire at this point, but he has somehow gained power from a being called Strahd, and is now kind of keeping the city of Graybell completely locked down, and there is bad stuff happening there. In the last episode, you guys snuck into the city itself, and you found that it was pretty much deserted, apart from maybe a few pockets of life. You decided to avoid those pockets and instead check out the kind of trade guild's main sort of headquarters, which was one of the larger buildings. Along the way, you discovered that the streets themselves, there were hundreds, maybe thousands, tens of thousands of bodies. And some of them were in weird positions. Some of them almost stood up like they were in mid-conversation. Some of them collapsed on the ground. Some of them sitting on benches. And as you begin to learn more and more about the city, you've kind of come up with this theory that at night they kind of come alive and they go about their business, and then during the day they kind of become inert. You travelled into the trade guild headquarters, where you broke your way into the basement and found a figure, a man who called himself Testament. He is from a land called the Unbroken Empire, which is to the south of the Dawn Republic. And he agreed to help you if you rescued his companion, called Libram, and you made your way upstairs to rescue her. In the process, alerting 3 vampire spawn to your presence.
Yeah, Cam.
Reynard.
Having an encounter in this mansion-style house. You, thanks to Elara and Testament, you broke part of the window and sunlight beamed in. Although it seems that in Graybell, sunlight isn't quite as strong as it should be.
Overcast.
Yeah, it's very overcast.
It's England.
It is England. Yeah. And you fought one of the vampires you killed, a woman who was trying to charm Reynard and cast magic on Cam. You actually destroyed her completely. Yeah. Juto set her coffin on fire and then basically table flipped the coffin into the bed, and it has started the room to set alight. The rest of you all leaped out of the hole and landed in the street, to which point 4 large, undead, sort of skeletal, zombie-like figures dragging these huge woodcutter's axes behind them rounded the corners. And that is literally where we're going to start today, and it starts with everyone rolling initiative.
No.
Yes!
Wow.
And I have
I'll get
Elara's stats here.
Anytime now.
Wow.
It's gonna happen.
So for your benefit, everyone, these 4, so 1, 2, and then there's 2 on the other side, are the large undead creatures. We have Elara. This purple woman is Libram. The blue one is Libram. The purple guy is Testament, and then the rest of you are there.
I don't know why I rolled.
What do you mean?
Stop
Use a normal dice, please. Nobody can see it on the camera.
Hat D20 that gives you 3 scores at the same time.
It's
Still rolling.
Yeah.
Still rolling.
I probably shouldn't use that
Just
one.
roll on.
Been using this butt plug all week anyway.
I touched it earlier.
Get out of here with your Hat Films comedy. What's your initiative?
It's a Chris Trott comedy.
Yeah.
8.
Reynard.
23.
Juto.
19.
What'd you get?
Nobody can tell.
A 6.
Maybe? Maybe
19.
Teacher's taking it. You'll get it back at the end of the session.
Put down!
No, it's
Give
Mr.
it
Humes
to the
to you.
beholder to eat.
Mr. Humes.
Not Mr. Humes. Right, so that is...
19.
Yeah, I got yours.
19.
I got yours, don't worry.
19. Am I still in fire stance? Because I didn't end it.
If you did not end it, then it has been 3 rounds, which means you have 7 rounds of it left, because it
Sweet.
lasts a minute.
So I'm still fiery.
You are currently still in fire stance, and I just need to roll initiative for the monsters.
Also, I remember the DM specifically laughing at how weak those vampire were.
Yeah.
There was so much
He
worse
called
in
them
store.
vampire spawn.
They are vampire spawn, yes. You fought vampire spawn before.
They're low tier.
Are these similar looking?
No, these are
No,
zombies.
these are sort of like, they look like maybe they were once workers, like woodworkers or farmers. They've kind of got like big sort of athletic looking builds, but their bodies have kind of almost been like grotesquely sort of like enlarged. Their parts of their skin has ripped and torn and has left sort of like loose bone. So like it's almost like their joints have been pulled apart to lengthen them, and like the bones have been split. Their ribs have expanded, making them this larger, more impressive physique. And they're dragging like these large rusted axes. One of them is actually a large 2-handed sword, and he's dragging it behind him. And then we go.
Cool.
Reynard, you leap into action at the sight of all of this.
Yeah.
You can see Testament hands one of his broken chair legs that he was trying to use as a weapon to his companion, and they are readying themselves for a fight.
Well, I mean, what? Did we have an idea of a plan? Were we like trying to escape last time? I can't remember.
You literally
just
as things
jumped out
happened,
the
you jumped out the window. Other guys' style, you've landed, and these things have
I'm
come around
with
the corner.
Testament and Libra, right?
Libram.
Libram.
Yeah. They're all outside with you as well.
Nice.
They are marked by the blue and purple figure.
Well, I am going to
Popping a citrus blue.
just go to here.
Yep.
Oh, what's this?
Oh, yes, there's 4 of them, 2 on each side, as I
didn't see
described.
that one.
So Reynard runs over, like, trying to get away, turns the corner, and then sees another one of these figures looming, beginning to raise its weapon up.
In that case, I want to use my entangling shot on him. I can't remember the exact name of the spell. But,
Fine shot.
Tom's spellbook got water logged.
Yeah, so it's all crinkly and...
Well,
I
you're
think
going
it
to need
makes
to
it
know
look authentic.
the effects of less spell.
Ensnaring Strike. So it's a bonus action to cast, so I can still shoot twice.
Okay, so you cast it upon your weapon.
So I want to shoot at him once.
This
with the
one?
Ensnaring
The
Strike.
closest one?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, that's 25 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
1d8.
Does it?
And my thunder damage. So that's 8 plus 6, that's 14 damage.
14, yes. It is a piercing weapon, yes?
Yeah,
Well,
well,
I've never been this close to you before, Tom. While playing D&D, it's nice,
Okay.
isn't it?
And then
no.
I have to make some sort of saving throw, I assume?
A writhing mass of thorny vines, or in my case, bowlers.
Okay. So that's what you kind of load like a special shot and fire it.
Yeah, strength saving throw. It's like a net shot that expands.
Okay,
out.
that's a natural 20 for 24.
Look how fucking happy he is.
I'm not happy. Neutral.
What would that be up against? I mean, he's going to pass it, but what is that up against?
Your
Is it against
DC.
my spell save.
So it's normally proficiency, plus 8, plus your spellcasting modifier, which I believe is wisdom for you.
Yeah, he passes that.
Okay. So you can...
Is he a large or larger creature as well?
he is large, yes.
Okay, so he would have had advantage as well.
Excellent. Let me just see if I get another natural 20. I did.
Bloody hell.
So you kind of fire these bowlers. The weapon still hits, and you can see it kind of strikes the creature with force, sending it staggering back a little bit. And these bowlers wrap around its chest, and then it just sort of goes, and it just, the ropes rip,
Yeah.
and it pulls itself free.
In that case,
Second
I want
shot?
to shoot at him again.
Nice.
Was going to sharpshoot at that, but I didn't say it, so that's another 27 to hit.
You all got your temporary HP
Yeah.
from... Yeah. There's still...
Not
7.
temporary.
Uh,
Aid increases it.
Cap
Yeah.
increase.
7 damage, yeah, 10.
Another 7. Okay, so the second bolt, this one, like, the creature is mainly bones and a little bit of flesh, so the bolt kind of hits, and it does kind of, like, you know, break apart some of its chest cavity, but it doesn't really seem to slow it down that much. It still seems to be surging forward with this kind of, like, vicious
Oh,
charge.
wow.
Is there anything else you'd like? You pretty much move, bonus
move,
and action.
Shot twice,
Yep.
yeah, I'm good.
Juto.
Judo! Nice! Nice!
You can do it. I believe
I
in
really
you.
want those big foam fingers with judo.
That's a new merch item we should look into.
Bring that to
Judo.
Insomnia. And then have that in the crowd.
I would like.
Because you see the Ink have got green flame foam fingers.
Dude.
Is there
We
any
need to get a Juto one.
foliage here?
Not really foliage. There is like fencing. So almost the whole town you've seen, almost any kind of like tree or foliage has like twisted and become like mainly thorns and vines. Most of the foliage has kind of died.
That means it's dry.
It is dry, yeah. Anything that is there.
If I was to like set a fire this way, would it kind of, you know?
I like how
There's not
you
really
always
an-
complain about the fire thing, but you always do fire.
It's mainly
I've
stone.
decided to embrace it.
The streets are like all around, like the streets themselves are mainly cobblestone. There's not really enough. There's no foliage there. There's like the loose tree on the other side. The tree might catch fire, but you would need sort of like a pretty big, sort of gout of flame to do it.
I'd also like to point out that in going to Elemental Monk, Mark took out Burning Hands, so I haven't actually set things on.
In your version,
I mean,
I've
this
re-added it
house
into the
is-
final one.
A flame.
Yeah, because it was full of vampires, and you were like, "Oh, I gotta get out!"
There is, yeah, and it is. You can still see it's the room that you've leapt out on is now kind of becoming a very quickly growing, burning inferno.
And that Screech is unfortunately canon, so.
What's the move?
Kim, what would you like to do?
Go for the one that Reynard is.
So you're going to run this way, yeah?
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. 40, easily.
She runs along the top of the wall as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a cool little skim.
Yeah, you can. Yeah,
Horizontal.
Yeah,
you
wait
see
off.
her like rushing across this stone
Why
short wall.
not? And
You
I
leap
will
off.
attack with when you hit target. Okay, cool. Flip. 11 plus 11 is
22. That's a hit.
I'd like to stunning strike that, please.
Okay.
Con save 16.
That does not appear to work. Yeah, sorry, as in you kind of hit it with the Grandal. Oddly, a skeleton is not immune to being stunned. So you kind of smash this thing around the side of the head, causing this kind of deep crack in its skull beneath its kind of tattered hood, and it kind of stumbles and it looks disorientated.
And then that is plus
So how much damage?
11 regular damage
Yep.
and 3 radiant damage.
Okay, the Radiant doesn't actually do any more damage to these guys.
Oh, look at that.
So while a creature is stunned, you attack rolls against it have advantage.
So stunned means can't take actions or reactions, can't move or speak, automatic fail on strength and dex saving throws. Attack rolls against creature have advantage.
Yep.
On which one?
The
This
wooden
one
one I'm
here.
next to. On which note, I'm going to twat him again.
Twat him.
Yeah, I'm going to twat him right up, mate.
Remember, you got the advantage.
What's 11 plus 9? 20.
20.
Yep.
That.
Hits.
6 regular and 6 radiant.
So 12.
Is it a? Oh, it's
So
really
you're
doesn't
slamming these blows, the Grandal's kind of spinning around in Juto's hands, smash, smash, and it's stumbling and staggering back, but you can see this thing is still being held together. Its bones seem unnaturally dense and strong. You can see this kind of like, almost like a black ichor that's kind of like dripping out of the wounds.
They don't seem resistant to radiant.
They don't appear to be, no.
Okay.
Cool. Radiant's halved anyway while we're here, isn't it?
Sunlight is halved, not radiant
Oh,
necessarily.
okay.
I'm going to flurry, so do 2 unarmed.
Okay, so key point. Yep.
17 plus
That's gonna hit.
9.
Yep.
Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
Can I add 4 more points of damage? Because I read my unarmed strats
For instead
stats
of the Grandal.
instead of Gwendal.
Yeah. Sure.
So yeah, that would be 4 for the 2.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
So damage on the unarmed strike.
Unarmed strike is 6, and then plus another d8.
Wow.
1 fire damage.
4 d8s in a row with a 1
So
for me as well.
6
Nice.
plus so 7.
Nice.
Okay. So it's still on its feet. You lash out with your first fist. This flaming sort of fist connects into the creature's chest. You hear bones breaking. Some of its flesh begins to, bubble and boil. Second attack
18.
hits.
Flesh is
These
left.
things don't seem hard to hit. They're very slow and lumbering. They do look very strong.
8 regular and 1 fire. Fudge nipples.
So hang on, it was 8 regular, right?
Yes.
That is just enough to actually kill that one. You hit its hit points exactly for that one. So Juto runs up. The first fist kind of hits this creature. You watch as this kind of fireball erupts out of its back. The second one, she roundhouse kicks it, knocks the head completely off, like with this blazing kick. As it annihilates it.
Nice.
And I look really cool doing it.
Which does look very cool.
When don't you, Juto?
Libram looks over to you and kind of is like, kind of gives you a sort of like nod. She's just like, do any of you have a spare shield or weapon? Anything?
I'm hiding my little buckler on my hand.
I have shurikens.
I am not giving her my silver hand axe.
Okay.
I'll give her my little buckler.
She grabs
Like a
that,
frisbee.
snatches it onto her arm.
You better not dink that.
I can't make such a promise.
By dink, I mean dent.
And then she
You
will.
big dink.
She casts Shield of Faith on herself, and then she will basically move into a ready position, sort of trying to keep the wall as a defensive thing. And she'll just do that because she's kind of weakened at the moment. She
got
doesn't want
half
to take
cover?
too many risks. She does have half cover. After them, it is Testament's go. He, feeling a bit more bold, will move up. And he's going to start attacking one of these other large creatures. You can see that he's still got this like little club in his hand that he's kind of rudimentarily made from some sort of broken chair leg, and he starts wailing on the creature as best as he can. His first strike hits, D8. just starts chipping away at the creature. You can see him just raining these kind of heavy blows down. The second one, though, he kind of goes to swing in. The creature knocks him as it's trying to like dodge to the side, which throws him off balance. So he turns around and with a roundhouse kick, similar to Juto's, he kind of brings it down up onto their side. But this one just doesn't quite seem to have enough pressure to kind of cause enough damage. The creature just sort of absorbs the blow, and Testament then sort of steps back. And you can see him just kind of get himself into a ready position, ready for the next wave of attacks.
Cool.
Elara, because I've got everybody to play today.
I can always play Elara.
Go on then, let's hear a little...
Well, your Elara... No, she can't talk, she's in Earth Elemental. She's in Earth Elemental form, so...
Am I going to do it?
Earth Elemental, yeah, just do combat. Just do combat rolls and stuff for me.
Elara's going to charge through the house. Where's the closest person she can smash?
Probably, well, either this guy or those two up ahead.
Can she throw people as the Earth Element?
She could try.
Can she burrow to here?
Yeah, she can dig. Yeah, it's
when
it's
they come out.
cobblestone, so yes, she can go.
And just smash out here?
Yeah.
And that's going to cause some damage, is it?
She can make a strength test to see if she can like push
What if you try go
guy's
underneath
side.
and flip him?
18.
18. Yeah, I'd say it knocks him prone.
Nice,
Oh,
and
wow.
he's going
Well,
to
this
wail
one.
on.
Yeah, take off one attack for the sort of like shove, so she makes one attack against him.
Table flipping.
But it does have advantage because he's prone now.
What?
So the Earth Elemental kind of like
Natural
erupts
one.
from the ground, throws it. It has advantage because it's prone.
Okay.
Because if it's prone, you have advantage.
Elara's a person.
Elara has advantage. So it kind of flips it over.
23.
And then she brings a second fist, smash, hits.
And then it's, what kind of damage is this? I can't see.
Bludgeoning.
Yeah.
I'm like, what dice?
It's on the other side. It's 2d8 plus 5.
Thank you.
Do it!
Roll that.
7 and an 8. I will keep rolling.
Okay.
15 plus 5,
20. Okay, so bludgeoning damage. You can see that this giant stone fist, as it slams down on the creature, bones just seem to break and shatter. This thing, like the heavy bludgeoning force, just seems to really
Damn.
concave this creature's chest, causing significant damage to it.
I did that.
Unfortunately, before you'll go,
You're
Cam,
welcome.
all of the creatures, all of these undead creatures, then get to go. Can you stand the one up next to Elara for me, please, Tom?
Yes, indeed.
This one is going to charge through towards Libram and Cam, and then this one just steps up to engage Testament.
Are these to scale?
Huh?
Are these to scale? as
These
well?
are there. These are as large as the creatures are. These are huge.
Cracks.
Like, they've been like their bodies have
We
been
fought them
purposely like ripped and warped apart, basically.
Nice.
Fucked up.
We fought these ones before.
Right, Cam.
Quite early on.
Abomination.
They were the flesh monster, remember? From Nanny Bones.
Cam.
It's like a,
Yeah.
yeah.
One of them comes charging
patches.
with a great speed of force, bringing up this huge woodsman's axe, and it tries to bring it down on top of
Bring
you.
my arm up as if I've got my buckler.
Yeah, remember your AC is too
Lowered.
lower.
You're just about to lose an arm.
Say goodbye to your arm.
So that's going to be
It's 8, 16.
13. Yeah, it's going to miss. So it brings this great axe down, and you just leap. You kind of bring your arm up. Notice that the last second there's no buckler, and then
I've
just
still got
roll
time
to
to
the
it's
side.
still arcing.
Yeah, and then roll to the side. As
Slow
the great axe hits the ground, it bursts through cobblestone. Like the stones just split in half with this thing's strength.
Damn.
It just and just rips the stone apart.
That bad.
No one.
The one goes after Elara. The one fighting Elara will attempt to hit her. That's going to be a natural 20 for a 26.
Ow.
Second one.
So Elara is going to take, yeah, of course,
Player killer.
Laura's taking this.
24 points of damage to Elara's Earth Elemental form.
What happens if Elara dies when she's not here?
Katie will be really mad with me.
Yep.
Um,
Well, with these two.
yeah.
We
You might want a
might
spare
get
piece of
away with
paper.
it.
I'm closer.
Do you want a spare piece of paper, Trop?
Do it. Yeah.
I can't remember how much damage she had taken last time. That's the only problem.
What was this one?
That's 24 points of damage from that attack.
And the previous one was an average of.
She didn't take any
I
damage.
didn't take any damage.
But I don't know
Oh,
how much.
from
I don't know
last
how much
time.
she took from the last session. That's the
I
thing.
might be able to find it.
She might be able to find it. If not, maybe try and see if she can DM you.
You're
Testament
DMing us though.
is going to get hit next.
Oh no, it'll be in a little booklet. which I don't have.
So you watch as Testament leaps to the side as another great axe slams down into the ground, causing no damage. And then Cam Buckland, you'll go.
Cam Buckland is just going to shout, "Halt!" And I'm going to cast Command at level 3, which affects 3 creatures in a 60-foot range. Wisdom saving throw of 16 to beat. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
And the closest 3 to me.
Yep. So all 3 of them fail, and their legs stop moving.
They're going to halt and not be able to take an action.
Yes, I believe that only lasts 1 turn.
Nice.
Correct.
Yes.
You did something, Cam.
I'm small clapping myself. It worked. And
Which 3 is it then?
so I assume it would be
1,
this dude,
2,
that one,
and that guy there.
and that one. Yeah.
The only ones that are left.
The
Yeah.
one. Yeah. Those are gargoyles,
You
right?
don't kill them.
Yeah, the gargoyles, they're not going to.
Must follow the
They're
command on
definitely
its
not
next
gonna
turn. Yep. So, so that was your action.
Bonus action, spiritual weapon, gonna flunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna
Yep.
be just a simple golden radiant dagger.
Yes.
Thrown it at this dude right here that's on me.
He's wearing a
17
diaper.
plus a lot. 8.
Yes, that's going to hit.
And then gonna use my scroll. 6. 10 points of damage.
10 points of which one? To the one fighting you.
One in front, radiant damage.
Yep. The radiant doesn't seem to do anything more, but the kind of searing energy definitely burns through part of the creature.
Nice.
Okay. Yep.
That's my go.
That's your go. You don't want to move?
I will move behind.
You can move yourself. That's why minis are there.
So I'm going to keep within melee range and just kind of snuggle up to
Libram.
Libram.
Okay.
So
trying to-
both can get hit.
Reynard.
Yeah.
Oh. So, with Conjure Barrage, I don't necessarily want to use it. It has a 60-foot cone. What's the actual distance on that?
So a 60-foot cone goes 60 feet, squares out, and then it basically does like this. So it'd be 2, 3, oh god, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I'm trying to think here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, basically like that.
What?
It hits, yeah, it would hit both of those creatures, but if it hits any creature, it would also hit Elara, Cam, and Libram.
Damn!
It's okay, do it!
It's like, bam, like you just annihilate a whole area. I wish I had like a big cone template.
like
I
she's
could show
here.
this.
I'm on the sofa.
Yeah. I think you're on the balcony, actually.
Right, can I
Can I?
just Hunter's... Oh, I've only got 1 bolt there.
Classic
Like
Tom Hazel,
Alright.
like, can I?
It's not super crazy. Can I Hunter's Mark this guy, the one fighting Elara?
Yes.
Fire Juan shot at him. Can I
Juan
can't
sheet.
shoot and then reload?
That was 20.
So hang on, what was that?
Shoot and then reload. I've only got 1 bolt left.
If you've got one, you can shoot once, and then you would have to reload, which would be your next turn. It's a whole action to reload your crossbow, because you have to basically like,
Damn it.
you have to eject the clip, get a new clip out, put it in,
Boom.
because you've got this
Fine.
custom crossbow.
Yeah, I'll
You
I'll
can fire one
Hunter's,
shot though.
I'll Hunter's Mark him. I'll still get the thunder damage. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hunter's Mark this guy.
Okay.
I want to sharpshoot at him.
Okay. So -5 to your attack roll. So you have +7 for this one.
17.
Still hits.
Hey.
So you just line up a shot against the
D6.
in between its joints.
5, 9, 11, 17 Damagios.
17 damage. Is that with the hunter's mark?
Yes. Yeah, it was an extra D6.
And the +10 from sharpshooter.
No, 27.
Fuck me. 27 to the one fighting Elara.
Yeah.
That bolt hits with such force, the entire chest is blown out and it collapses on its back. You can remove that. Yeah.
Is he dead, Z?
Yeah. Completely dead.
Can he like fall on the spike there?
As the last, yeah, sure. Like thingy from Hot Fuzz.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna need some unclip.
As you do that, the last bolt, like from your clip, so you start having to eject the clip, and that's going to be your next turn to reload. Yeah. But the bolt flies true.
And I'll run and leap over this and just
Ha-ha!
hide here.
Right. It's only a 5-foot high little wall. It's like you can
It's
literally.
a Farahorn
Does he
thing.
do a little haha while he runs?
Do you?
I can't remember, what's the quote when it's like, ever seen a man jump over a wall before?
What's the matter?
Oh yeah, never seen a man take a shortcut before.
Oh, that's the one.
Down, down, down.
What's the matter, Danny? Never taken a shortcut before. Nicholas Angel. So you do that, so you leap over. Juto.
That's my turn, yeah.
Juto!
Can I attack the one nearest to me? But can I, like, just for the hell of it, just like do some really cool like springboard off of like Testament's back and like just go for the
Yeah,
head?
he can kind of give you like he can kind of see you coming in, and so he'll kind of like
Boost.
two martial artists. You're kind of like moving around each other. He like flips you up in the air and stuff like that.
Like that bit in The Last Jedi.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. No spoilers.
No spoilers, but that was
That
cool.
that bit.
It was so cool.
Can't believe Jar Jar did it.
Natural 20.
Damn! Great fun!
Double the dice.
The best springboard I've ever seen.
Roll your dice and then double it.
So 2d8s.
Yes.
Please do 2 ones.
Whoa!
12
Plus your normal.
plus
Well,
7.
12 doubled.
19.
19, and then wait, what?
You need to double the dice because of the natural 20.
No, yeah, she did double it. Like 2 d8s.
Oh.
You could technically roll 1 and then double it, but
12,
2
would it be
d8s
plus
works as well.
14?
It's 12, 24 plus your
You
modifier.
don't double the modifier. You just add the modifier.
So it's 12 plus 7,
So 19.
and then do I double the radiant damage?
This is a point of contention. Some people tell me that you should. My rule is enchantments, you don't. Things like sneak attack, you do, but enchantments, weapon enchantments, I say you don't.
It's been house ruled.
House rule
For a
I'm
while.
afraid.
That would be 1 radiant damage.
So that's 20. So that blow, heavy, nasty blow that collides with the creature.
I know the ones.
Just big, the Guandao cuts through, probably like cleaves off most of its arm, but it still has some sort of unnatural strength to lift its great axe.
Attack number 2, please.
Attack number 2. Roll another one of those.
11
No.
plus 11.
That's still going to hit, yeah. I mean, it's very difficult for you to miss these things. They're so slow.
10 plus 4 radiant.
10 plus 4 radiant. It's the same one.
14.
Yes.
Okay. Again, another heavy Guandao blow smashes into its side.
I would like to flurry.
Yep, spend a key point.
4 plus 9, 13. Ooh.
13. Still hits.
Ooh. I like. That would be 9 regular and 8 fire.
So 17 total. Yep.
That's pretty good.
So again, another big flaming kick. Chun-Li Guile style kick. You know,
Nice.
like the hurricane
You should
kick.
get the hairstyle of Guile with Juto.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Natural 1.
Natural one. That one, unfortunately, you go to do it, but you kind of mistime it ever so slightly. Like you kind of backflip. You're so confident you think you've got a finishing blow, and just.
Can I land behind him? Like,
Yeah, if you want to, you could easily move around him. Yeah.
well, no, from the springboardy. Woo!
Yes, I'm
Boom.
moving the miniature in that. I'm not. I'm
Style.
not playing toys with the miniatures. There you go. Thank you.
3-point landing.
Thank you. Okay, so that's you done on that one. Don't forget to mark off your key points.
I have.
Okay, good. I didn't see you mark it off. That's why.
Because I count them up
Oh, okay.
and then I
Then
go.
you do it. Libram, on her turn, none of you seem particularly injured, so she will. She's going to cast Divine Favor on herself, and then she will attack. She hits with this tiny little club. She smacks the creature once quite hard. You can see it blazes with a radiant energy when she does. So it's going to be 8, 10.
Crikey, governor.
And then she goes in for a second blow. That one, unfortunately, like you can see that her arms, like she hits the first time and then she brings it down, like she kind of winces a little bit, like her ribs are still aching, and she just misses it on the second blow.
She's freshly awakened.
Yeah, and she just kind of looks over to you, is just like, you're some sort of spellcaster?
Yes, that used to have a great buckler.
Hi, good. I'll try and keep it. And she kind of like positions herself between you and the creature, like, try and stand back. I'll take his blows.
I cast so many spells.
Okay.
Crazy.
So she says, Testament is going to try and finish off the one that you and him have been fighting. So he begins launching out. This time he kind of like throws the club to the side and just kind of cracks his knuckles and starts laying into it with his fists. The first of which connects with a solid blow, sending a few of the creature's ribs shattering, splintering across. Second blow hits. Next goes hits for, it's going to be, God, 1 fucking hit point away. His second one, he like knocks and the creature is staggering back, and then he just kind of like crouches for a moment, shoulder barges it, and then tries to uppercut, throw out a big, Tries to throw a big uppercut,
like
which
this guy.
unfortunately he kind of mistimes it, and it just the creature's head is just out of the way as he like he
Does the
sort of
creature
lands back.
stumble onto me though, and I have a Guandao and a really valuable organ?
Just stood in the right
Just
place
stood in
for
the
it
place.
to fall onto
I'm
it.
afraid not, because that one hit point I could now attack you with. So
Yeah, that's what I mean.
yeah, no. Elara gets to go. Okay. She doesn't speak. She's in Earth Elemental
It's
form.
internal dialogue.
You've got to do Earth Elemental noises.
Yeah, thank you.
He's going to turn around, storm up, and grapple from behind.
Okay, so strength. Make an attack roll to start with, actually.
Does she get her strength from the
Oh, yeah,
buckler
it's the
as
19
well?
plus
Not the
5.
buckler, the belt.
No.
24.
Okay.
24 to hit. Yep. So hits. Now make a strength test for me, please. Just a pure strength test.
19.
19. Yeah, you basically Elara's stone elemental form just pins the creature's arms, and it can't bring its like great axe to bear. Basically,
Could I have done that with one arm?
not really. To make a second attack?
I want to start punching their head.
Technically, there is nothing to say that you can't make attacks while you're grappling somebody. So yes, it can.
You just squeeze a little tighter.
Yeah. So and you make so
Gotta
with
love him
advantage.
and squeeze him. Let's do it. 20
20.
to hit.
Yes, hits.
No, no. And the damage is a d8.
2d8 plus 5.
Well, I don't have 2 scrolls.
Trot, in an effort to be cool and like, I've totally got
13
this.
points of bludgeoning damage.
So you watch as Elara's stone form just begins crushing this kind of creature. You
Big
can hear
bear.
bones begin to splinter and crack. Okay.
He
So
threw
that
the
was Elara's
dice into
go.
his button.
So
Multi-attack?
no, because one of them would be to grapple the creature first. Don't do that. Gross. It's so gross. So, as the skeleton men are beginning to act, you hear cries coming from inside the building.
Oh, shit.
Not like shrieking cries, frustrated like, for God's sake, by Karen, deal with them, send word.
Is there smoke billowing out?
Yeah, there is heavy smoke, and you can see that that room is pretty much engulfed in flames. But it's you then begin to hear kind of like
Sounds like there's
stomping, like
fire
more sort of like
behind us.
heavy footfalls,
Like heavy
things being
candlelight.
cleared out, and you begin to just hear movement coming from inside the building. You're not quite sure what.
Hey guys, guess what's gonna happen?
And then
Big
the
angry vampire.
creatures are then going to take their turn. Juto, as you are clearly the biggest threat, this thing is just going to
No,
try
you're
and hit you with its
No.
hammer. as
Wasn't it
best they
halted?
can. Huh? They were halted. They
Yes!
do nothing. They do nothing both
Wow.
rounds.
Thank you, Cam Buckland.
They were very good, well remembered.
I don't get thanked enough.
I
You don't
never
do
remember this stuff.
anything.
They literally just stand there,
La, la, la.
and then they seem to like, and then they begin moving around.
We're lucky he didn't feign death.
Reynard,
So the voices from inside, have we heard them before?
Wait, doesn't Cam
they
have a
sound. No, it's Reynard's first in the initiative. Oh no, Cam. Sorry, it is Cam first.
Okay.
You're right.
But yeah, like the voices.
The voices, one of them sounded like the great sword wielding vampire spawn you fought.
Okay. Alright. Any of them sound like a weird little goblin thing, or whatever that was?
halfling?
Halfling? Oh,
You don't
same.
hear the halfling's strange accent, no.
Okay.
Where's the noise coming from? Is it coming towards the front door?
You're currently at the back of the building, where you actually initially, where the little cellar was that went in.
Back door?
You're out there. It doesn't sound so. It sounds more like they're moving deeper into the building.
Right. I am going to...
Rise.
How injured? I'm going to just attack this dude in front of me with Nimbus.
Okay. You got your spiritual weapon out as well.
I do, so I'm going to double pincer.
So bonus action for the spiritual weapon, and then your regular
I'm going to roll
attack.
them both at the same time.
Go for like his Achilles tendon or something. I hate
Skeleton doesn't really. I mean,
Yeah.
it wouldn't really be bothered.
The only Nimbus hits,
Yep.
so it's a D4.
It is a sneak attack though, because you have an ally within
I
5
do.
feet.
that. Do they still
D6.
have advantage because they're halted?
No, they
it
didn't
was
have
on the stunt,
advantage,
it
yeah,
And a
was
it
on the
was
D8 Divine Strike.
Yes. Plus your dex mod.
Um,
Chris Trott's greatest enemy.
12.
Maths. 12. Okay.
or 20, who knows?
So you kind of stab in with the magic dagger, and you can feel like the dagger actually manages to pierce through sort of like the undead, necrotized flesh, and you can feel it like pulling apart some of the bones, but it still retains
As I'm
its
doing
unholy
this, I'm like,
strength.
to what's her face?
Libram.
See, I'm a great spellcaster.
She just looks at you, one eyebrow raised quizzically.
I love how you've always got time to flirt.
I don't think, is he flirting? I don't know.
It's Cam, she's a woman, he's flirting.
Yeah.
Okay. Reynard.
So we got, what, 2 dudes left?
Yep. For now.
Yeah, until Dude Bro cannonballs out the house.
Not dude, bro.
Cannonball!
Oh, it's currently still daylight. It's about 2 p.m. You reckon, maybe 2, 3 o'clock. You're not quite sure 100% because it's so overcast.
Right. Still got a few hours.
You've still got daylight.
Hunter's Mark.
And they definitely did react. They were like, ah, and it was burning them, the sunlight. You could see that when they tried to enter the room.
Is that not affecting these dudes?
Hunter's Mark?
No, the
These
sunlight.
No.
They're not vampires.
These
So-
just are skeletal beings.
Hunter's Mark, if the target drops to 0 hit points before this spell ends, you can use a bonus action on a subsequent turn of yours to mark a new creature.
Yeah, so you can just move it.
So, would that not cost me a spell slot?
No?
Oh, cool.
No, it's just a bonus action to move it to a new target.
Again, not doing that, just checking.
Well, I'm
I
assuming
am
you
going
would
to
do.
reload.
Yes.
And I'm
So
going
that's your
to...
action.
I'm going to throw... what's it called? Axel
So you pull out your bejeweled scimitar.
over to attack
Axel!
that one that has only got one.
The one that
hit
looks
left.
incredibly injured,
Yeah.
yes.
And
Yeah.
just, yeah.
You stole my kill!
Yeah. He's sending his flying scimitar to steal your kill. So the scimitar bobs across to the other side. Does it have
boomeranging
range? 25 feet? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yes, it does.
Yeah. So I'm
This little scimitar.
Boomeranging it around.
Like the brooms in Fantasia.
Just bobbing nicely towards.
17?
17. Chop! Dead.
Hey!
You stole my kill!
Literally, the scimitar just cuts through its like back spinal column, and half of it topples over, collapses into the ground. Testament looks at the flying sword a bit strangely, looks back at Reynard. It's like, good, we've only got one more of them to deal with. And then just looks over.
Is that in the same action I could then call it back to me?
Another bonus action, so no.
What if I was to have thrown the sword at him,
It doesn't boomerang.
but then called it back to me? As a bonus
You would
action?
have to throw it 25 feet,
And then
which
it
would
has-
probably require some sort of skill check, which means I could make it alive again.
I'll wait.
Yeah?
It's dead.
Yeah?
I'm happy with
Sure.
that.
Yeah, you basically,
Shut that.
if you want to throw it, it's like you'd probably be making like an attack roll to like throw it with accuracy,
Yeah.
and then you would magic call it back to you. And
Um,
a scimitar is not a very good thrown weapon.
Well,
You throw it like a javelin.
yeah. It's curved. I feel like it would boomerang nicely. I'll test it out when I'm back in
Sure.
Paris File.
Okay.
Can I...
Yeah, that's a good time to do it.
Now I've
So you
done
bonus
my
actioned.
bonus action and action to
you
reload.
can move.
Can I do a ready action?
No, you need to have your action ready to ready
In
something.
that case, I just want to back up just a little bit more, just to hit.
Okay, so you start moving out
So I
back
can
into
have
sort of like.
vision
So
of
this is
the-
like a large kind of alleyway. There are buildings kind of on this side
Right.
that you can see. It's actually where you snuck down originally.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Is it?
Libram.
I thought this was the front of the building.
No, Juto.
That's the front.
So we snuck down there
So the
this way.
sound came from inside the house.
Yes.
I'm guessing I can't see anything much really.
You can't really see anything much. The window, the kind of massive hole is just engulfed in flame, and it's just full of dark, thick smoke as the rich mahogany and all the woods begins to burn. The windows have still got boards and curtains all over them, so you can't really see what's going on. You vaguely heard some sort of like heavy clattering, like some sort of very heavy thuds, and then that was it.
Can I see any like crows or ravens or anything like messenger type things?
There is a large murmuration of crows still overhead, yes. They seem to completely surround the city and just fly in packs here and there. You can make a perception check if you want to try and see if you spot anything in particular.
Would that take away my turn?
I'd say that'd probably be a bonus action to kind of glance around quickly.
Shit. Whoops.
Unnatural 20.
So you look around. You're pretty sure you do catch, you glimpse what looks to be like one of the stone gargoyles maybe flying away. But you also think you hear maybe like a door, like maybe the front door of the building that you've just come out of being opened. And maybe what sounds like hooves, like on cobblestone.
So I'm going to shout to everyone, they're sending a messenger to the bad guy.
Isn't everything here like a messenger?
Okay, so that's what you can get out in your action.
Can I I don't know whether or not to kill this guy or rush to the front of the house. Can I run and try to get to like the top of the roof just to at least see what is emerging?
You can go 5,
I've got
10,
50
15,
foot.
20, 25, 30, 35. So 50 feet, yeah? So you'd probably go like 5, so you'd get like halfway up to this roof, and then you could spend a key point to dash, and then you could easily be sort of like over on this side. Do you want to do that?
Make it so.
Okay.
Make it so.
Technically, you would need to use your bonus action again, but as you're not taking a full action, you can use it instead. Just leave it. It indicates that she's up on the roof, all right? Thank you. I can't remember. I feel really bad. I can't remember the name of who sent me these combat tiles, but thank you very much.
If you're in chat, let us know.
Please do, because I can't. I'm terrible with names. So you run up to the top, and you can see what appears to be a skeletal horse attached. Well, 2 skeletal horses attached to large wagons, which have got sort of like they almost look like trade wagons, and they've had their backs pulled down. And 2 more of these large creatures, these undead creatures, are pulling coffins into the back of them.
Okay. Do I have any chance to like shout to these guys or
One word. You're like, bah!
Can I
Oh,
do
you start
two,
shouting.
Can I do 2 short words?
Yeah?
To me!
There you go. So you just shout that, you hear that. Libram, facing down this creature, is going to try and attack again.
Walk through the house.
This time she's actually going to hit it once, and then she's going to try and bash it with the buckler. She's going to try and knock it down.
Don't you dent that.
So she hits it with a shield, and it does do damage, which she does technically get her Divine Favor damage on as well.
Just dent the buckler, does she?
Maybe she does. Okay, so this creature, let's see if it does make it safe. She tries to shove it down, but it's just so strong that she kind of like, Argh! So instead she just hits it in the kneecap with a little club. But it doesn't seem to, it just kind of like thuds against it and just doesn't seem to move anywhere. The buckler doesn't bend.
Would
it's
she
heavy
have
steel.
advantage being grappled?
Huh? Yes, she would actually. That's a good point. But she still fails. Because I rolled
Good job,
4.
Libra.
I rolled a 4. I've been rolling really badly with the NPCs. So it's currently being grappled. She tries to do that. It fails. Testament will basically overhear Juto, but he can't quite run up buildings. He's kind of looking at her in amazement like, how have you done this? And then he just runs up to the side and is heading off to the front of the building. Okay. Your friend is calling for aid! He calls out,
Juto calls for aid!
And I have set fire to the house, so it is like a beacon.
But Elara can go. Do you want to keep her crushing this thing?
Ooh. Can Elara try and borrow bringing this thing underground?
Dragging this thing with it?
And just kind of trap it under the earth?
I'd say yes. She has to make another strength save.
I'll try.
Is it possible?
Like strength check. So just add strength to D20
Oh, that's a
roll.
9, so you're not super great.
With her elemental strength is quite high. Is that with the +5?
I forgot I rolled a 4.
Okay. You're currently, so she tries to bring it down, but there's like an even tie on strength, like I rolled the exact same. So like she's pulling it down and it's trying to like resist and it's like fighting itself off.
Does that count as my action?
Yeah.
Okay.
It would have completely
But I keep it
just
grappled?
buried it. Yes. On its turn, it will probably try and break free, which is now.
It wants to
Break free! It doesn't.
It won't break free.
It's just like, and it can't move anywhere.
Sweet.
Cam, you'll go.
Cam is going to...
Finish
He's right next to Libram there.
Yes, you're next to Libram and the thing, which is still grappled, which means you would have
where
advantage.
the sound came from.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to dimension door me and Libram if she's willing to the other side here.
Do you tell her that's what you're doing?
I'm going to dimension door you.
Why?
We gotta go.
Okay, she being in a weakened state probably won't resist that much because this thing, she suspects that the Earth Elemental can probably deal with it. So yes, you Dimension Door them to leaving Reynard and Stone Elara. So you actually Dimension Door pretty much to the other side of the building at this point, where you see the same thing as Juto. You basically see these 2 wagons being pulled by skeletal horses and 2 more of these large creatures pulling coffins into the back of them. As you get there, they've basically finished pushing the coffins into the back and they close the things and then they turn on you like, "Rrr."
Kill them.
What? Like Libram looks at you like, what have you done?
We've got to stop this.
She just is like, fine. So that's your go. Reynard, back up to the top of the round.
Can I?
This is the combat that's never going to end because you guys are just. I didn't expect you to run straight into another one.
So,
Leave no witnesses.
Yeah, clearly.
this is a question for the game itself.
Right? I
So-
love these questions.
Even though it's not my turn and it's someone else's turn, but I want to use them for something, or
Right.
team up with them in some way, am I able to then sort of suggest something to them even though it's their turn?
Yeah, it depends on what you want to do. What do you want to do?
So what
Best
I
way
want
to
to
do this
do-
is
Is I want to run to Elara,
yes.
have her do that same thing we did in the low gravity place where I jump on her and she launches me upwards.
Right.
But obviously I didn't want her to, run away or go underground or whatever.
Right.
So is that able for me to then say,
It's happening on
Could you
your
not?
turn, so yeah, I'd say you
Toss
can do
me
that,
no, I just
yeah.
mean like when it was Elara's turn, I didn't want her to move away so I could then do this action.
You probably would have need to have said if that's what you wanted to do on Elora's turn.
Okay, no,
Because you've got to remember this is all happening in 6 seconds, and so this is technically a new 6 seconds. So it would have you been like, Elora, don't go anywhere, like stay there.
Okay, cool. I was just wondering if I could still do certain things.
You wouldn't be
when
able to
it's someone else's
retcon
turn.
it. No, you wouldn't
Okay.
be able to retcon it.
In that case, I want to run
You can talk to each other on each other's
to
turns.
Elara,
Yeah.
even though she's grappling someone right now. I think it was only one arm.
It's a bear hug.
It is,
That's a bear
but
hug.
it's kind of like it's taking both of her arms to maintain the grapple.
So jump on her back as much as I can. She launches me.
okay.
Oh.
So if you
And
she'll
over
do
to
it,
the-
but it will mean letting go of the grapple, basically.
I want to end up on there, so I'm sliding down the other side of the roof.
Sure. So she'll do it because Katie's not here to say otherwise. So she'll do it. So have Elara make a strength check in Earth Elemental form.
13.
All right. Now you make an athletics check.
12, sorry, 12.
Athletics, unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. With the bonus, I would say maybe don't quite make it all the way up here. You kind of get here, and then you kind of scrabble up to the top, and then you kind of flip over, and then
close
you kind
enough.
of roll down.
All right. As I'm sliding, who can I see?
All right. So
Guess what? We can rotate the whole thing.
rotate the map.
Oh my
Let's
God.
rotate the board. It's
Everything's
number
gone.
wang.
No, this is all my dice.
Stop. No, just do this. Leave it like this. Because now you can see both sides.
We can't really.
Yes, you can.
Not the camera. Let's do it like that.
Okay, like that then. And then, can you move some of those stone walls? Yeah.
I'm trying to reorganize my dice.
Where's my other guy?
Kind of like that, maybe.
Yeah, kind of like that. I don't really have anything for wagons, so we'll just have to. In fact, I'll use both of these guys. So you can see two of these large creatures with skeletal horse-drawn wagons.
Damn.
And 2 coffins in the back.
Over there, okay.
He doesn't see the coffins. You saw them because they were being loaded. Reynard just sees 2 wagons, skeletal horses, and then these 2 large creatures stood behind them.
Right. I want to, again, use another entangling shot. Ensnaring strike, that's what it's called.
Yep.
Tangle balls.
And then shoot once at one. Oh no. I want to use it on the wheels of the wagon.
Okay.
Interesting.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Thinking with your brain.
Yeah. So I'd say if you're going to shoot at the wagon, there's no chance it can really avoid it, so you hit automatically.
Okay.
What's the DC normally?
Strength check against my spell save DC, which is
it's-
14.
Yep, 14. So on its turn, basically, it will make a strength check to see if the turning of the wheels snaps the rope that you've entangled
okay.
around it, basically. Otherwise,
And-
it will lock it in place and cause it to probably slow it down.
Would I need to do damage? 'Cause-
No,
Okay.
unless you want to break it. If you want to break the wheel, then yes, you can roll damage.
Nah. I'll use another shot to just ping at one of the guys
Sure.
coming in. Oh, that's 17.
Oh, hang on, I gotta roll new initiatives.
Hey.
Yay!
We'll never end this combat.
No, we bloody won't. And then technically the horses need an initiative as well. Okay, so you're gonna ping at the first one here. Sure.
So it's 17 to hit.
Hits.
8 damage.
8 points. Technically, that would be the first blow, so you get thunder damage on that one.
So are they holding
Oh.
coffins?
No, they've finished pushing the coffins in. You can see that the front door to the mansion is open, and it looks like, judging by what you've seen, they've probably dragged these 2 coffins and then pushed them into the back of the wagons.
14 total.
14 total, okay. Again, you can see it does hit, but it doesn't seem to phase the creature that badly.
Would I have had advantage to hit them if they hadn't, because they haven't acted?
Yes.
I just want to see if I get it.
Is it the horses you're doing it on?
I don't. Okay, that's fine.
No, he's attacking the
The
creatures.
abominations.
He's attacking
Just
the
a
creatures.
close one, and the wagon's wheel has got
Okay.
a net around it now.
Chuto,
Super tangled.
you are currently on top of the building. You can see Raymond, as you call him, has jumped up and is kind of alongside you on top of the roof.
And so the wagon is ensnared.
The one of the wagon wheels has got like ropes wrapped all around it. The other one seems fine.
Is there a way for me to jump down and like try and take out the other wagon wheel, like either setting it on fire
Yeah.
or just breaking it?
Do you just want to jump straight onto it?
Yeah, slide down.
Slow fall, you can. How much damage can you resist? It's like loads, right? It's like 40 damage or
It's
something.
a fair
More
amount.
fire effect.
When falling, reduce damage by amount equal to 5 times the monk level.
So you're
at
12?
the moment, 12 times 5.
60 damage.
60 HP.
You can just launch off and you don't even worry. Yeah, you can make an attack roll against the wagon, basically.
Yeah, so I want to specifically...
Roll a d20 just because you're targeting something.
Okay.
Make an attack roll, basically.
13
13.
plus,
Yeah, plus your normal
11.
bonuses. Yeah, that's enough. You strike the wagon wheel. You're a slashing weapon,
Wagon wheels.
so roll full damage as if you were hitting it. Radiant damage won't do anything though. So just your normal
Char
weapon
it a little
damage.
bit.
It's more sort of effects living
8.
in. Plus your, is that with dex bonus and stuff?
Yep.
Yep. So 8 points of damage. Okay. So you kind of, the Guandao snaps into it and it breaks part of the spokes, but you think the wheel is still, usable currently. You can make a second attack though.
Nice.
18 plus 11.
18 plus 11, yeah, it's going to hit.
Wagon up.
So roll damage.
Nice. This wagon. This piece of shit
I'm
wagon.
gonna fight this wagon. Gonna fight it
I'm gonna destroy
good.
everything in this area.
9.
9 points.
The fuck that fence too.
That one, the whole wheel just breaks apart and it kind of lurches a little bit because there's 4 wheels obviously, so one of its
going
wheels is
anywhere.
gone. And yeah, you reckon it's going to probably slow it down. If you break another one, it will probably stop it from moving.
Yeah. Can I also, as I was about to go down, can I shout at Raymond, they're on the wagon, and just
Yeah.
disappear into
You've,
the
I
night?
assume, come down.
Yeah.
They're on the
Right.
wagon.
Oh.
Bye.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
she's about, she'd be more like,
No, they're not.
imagine the wagon.
The wagon. I can see them.
Can I
So
go?
she lands right in front of you, basically.
Can I go the other
moving up.
side? And... Whoa!
I'm just moving out of the
now.
way.
Can I start beating up another wagon wheel, please?
It's kind of most of a movement to jump down to the wagon where it was.
Can I punch the wagon then?
Just the wagon, because you're like, imagine that you've got, you'd have to move to get to the other wheels, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
So, not this turn, but next turn you can move
Well, I
around.
was just thinking I could maybe just punch it and set fire to it a little bit because I
Punch
got fire on my fists.
Yeah, you can try, yeah.
Fiery fists
Yep.
in it.
So you just want to punch the wagon itself.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
not gonna flurry.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Just use the normal bonus
just
attack,
do
martial
a
arts.
regular
Okay,
punch.
so yeah, give me an attack roll. I mean, you're gonna pretty much hit it, unless you roll a 1.
14 plus 9.
Yep, you hit it, punch. You can roll damage. Fire damage
8
is,
regular.
and then how much fire?
8 damage. Fire.
Yeah, okay. So that one, yeah, you basically, one of Juto's flaming fists smashes into the side. You hear boards splinter and break. And yeah, the tarpaulin, sort of like the wooden sort of like top part of it begins to, smolder as the flames begin licking up the sides and things like that. And yeah, it starts burning away.
And that's all behind.
The warhorse, the skeletal warhorses are a sort of like, they don't neigh, but they kind of like, they raise up and stuff like that.
Oh, wow. Really going now.
Yeah.
Fires.
So
It's roaring.
the 2 new creatures that were helping load the wagons kind of turn around, see you trying to set fire to them, and both of them make a rush for you. Just these big undead fists. Is it kind of like goes?
Oh dear.
I'm just going to put this down because I realise I left Axel behind.
Hexul! 13 misses you, yes?
Yes.
This right next to him.
No.
19?
What about
Hits,
this?
just about.
No thanks.
There?
No.
Okay.
26 points of damage.
I
This-
would like to hellish rebuke.
This thing, yep, so this thing clobbers you with one massive necrotic sort of hand. It just kind of like rips into you, part through your clothes, slashing at your skin. Hellish Rebuke, I make a dex saving throw. That's a fail, because that's 7.
Deck saving throws. Because I'm in fire stance, does Hellish Rebuke get any more fiery? No.
I'd say in the stance.
3d10.
Fuck.
1. Is that a 10? What?
Yeah.
So I got a 7.
That's a 10.
That's
That's a 1, isn't it? Because you're on. Yeah.
Yeah?
It would be a 0-0 if it was 10.
Yeah, it'd be 0-0 if it's 10.
Huh?
So.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so 7.
9.
9. 9.
9 points.
So what's
The fire doesn't really seem
0-0.
to. It does burn it a little bit, but unlike the wagon, it's not like lit up in flames, and it doesn't seem bothered by being on fire. It's just this undead, uncaring thing. It just kind of hits you with this almighty wallop, and then it just kind of like stumbles back. Just this kind of guttural language echoing out from underneath it.
Which guttural language? I probably know it.
It doesn't even. It's not really words. It just kind of mutters. Yeah.
I don't know it.
Seeing you take that really bad blow, Libram will cast Healing Word at 3rd level.
Oh,
And you?
Fuck a healer.
What's that? A healer actually healing?
Wow.
9 whole hit points you get back. And then she will try and clobber one of the
Can you
creatures.
heal yourself?
Nope.
She can't.
She hits.
No. No.
Miserable.
Touch
So she, and then after the healing word, she just starts wailing into one of these creatures with this kind of glowing rod, this wooden stick that she has. She starts wailing onto it. That's Libram's go. Testament will just continue running. He would unfortunately have to run quite far round, so he'll get to about there on his turn. And he's just like sort of like running along. He's just like, Libram, be safe! As he calls it out. Elara, Earth Elemental. I think it's just Elora's left with this other creature on the other side.
Yeah, just gonna pummel the shit out of it. So, pow, 18, yeah, that hits.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna roll
2d8s plus 5, and she gets 2 attacks.
Wow.
Please kill this Crystron.
13 for first hit,
Yep,
and it hits the second.
yep, that's going to pretty much kill it because it's 2d8 plus 5. So
10.
Elara just basically, just this kind of flat mush, basically. Pass me back Elara's stats, actually.
Hand over her character sheet.
She's dead now.
No.
What do you want?
Give me the whole book.
Oh dear.
Okay.
I don't like that.
Okay, can you just take your miniature off the table as well?
No.
Just give that to me.
No.
What's happening?
What?
What have you done?
What's happening?
Put Elara down. Nicely.
Let's put this back in the bag.
What's
What do you mean
happening?
put it back in the bag? What have you done? Cat? What?
So, as far as I'm aware, you're all on this side of the building. So,
Yeah.
Yep.
What have you done? She's gonna be so mad.
So mad. She probably would have burrowed, right?
Elara, Cam, sorry.
You killed her.
I'm going to look at the closest baddie and go, Bayavandra! I turn thee! And I'm going to turn undead.
Can you do that again today? You've done it once today already.
I've got 2, haven't
You
I?
can do 2. Yep, sure. You can attempt to turn undead. Tell me how it works, Kristrop.
Wisdom saving throw, please. Versus 16.
2.
That fails, and if it really fails, it's destroyed if it's CR2 or below.
Which one are you targeting?
I don't know.
Pick one.
This one.
That one. Okay. That was the one that was injured. You... Bayavandra! And then you watch as Cam's holy symbol of Avandra glows a bright white, and this thing turns and just crumbles to ash.
Sweet.
Cam, you are
Instantly destroyed. Yeah. Libram,
Still stumbling.
when
around the
Libram
building.
sees that, she just is like, just shakes her head.
What?
disgusting.
You're not impressed?
Impressed by you borrowing powers from traitorous beings? No.
Give me my buckler back. Talking of borrowing things.
She hasn't. She's not taken it off yet. You can make her, but she's not. Right, after Cam Buckman's go, the 2 skeletal war
Apparently it's
horses.
AoE.
Huh? Well, get a player's handbook. Tell me. Let's find out. Rather than listening to chat, hey.
Wait, this girl
does it
turn undead.
Maybe you should look up your abilities, Chris Trott.
Each undead you see or hear within 30 feet of you. Let's make a wisdom saving throw.
That would include
What?
that would include the horses.
And a vampire.
Why do you do that at the start of the
He already knows that the vampires aren't affected.
Yes.
They're
So
too
the other
powerful.
dude, wisdom save, and the horses.
Turn undead. Each undead creature that can see or hear you within 30 feet must make a wisdom saving throw. Yep. So, I will roll it for the other one. What's your DC?
16.
16. The 2 horses. Wow, Mark. Wow. So if one passes, is it still destroyed? I don't think so, is it? And it's not feared.
Okay. What Libram says about this?
So the other giant monster turns to ash
Nice.
as this holy symbol raises, as is one of the horses.
Nice.
It's actually, I roll a d4 to see if it's the one on the wheel, the horse pulling the one which you broke the wheel, or the one that he tied up. It's the one that you tied up.
Are there 2 wagons?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh.
I said numerous times there are 2 wagons with 2 war horses.
It's a good thing you attacked the other one.
Yes.
Man.
God,
Smart
guys,
wagons, isn't it?
please,
Great planning.
please, guys. So after that,
wagon minis. It'd be-
yes, I don't have wagon. I said I don't have 2 minis. Anyway, the horse will attempt to still pull, like buck and pull the wagon away.
Yeah.
It's going to try. Was it DC 14?
That's my spell save, so yours.
Okay. The horse goes to pull it, and the wheel just kind of gets locked up, which kind of locks the axle. So it's pulling away, but it's going at half speed. It moves like 20 feet down. It moves like 30 feet down the road. Technically, Juto and Cam and Testament will get an attack opportunity against the horse if you want.
Yeah, sure.
Natural 20.
Double your dice damage with your weapon.
Do I get Divine Strike on it?
You do, and that like sneak attack, you would get to double that because that's a class feature.
23.
23 to hit. Yes, hits.
Oh shit. I rolled 2 ones.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 and 3 radiant.
So 18.
I can't math today.
Don't forget to double your divine strike as well.
17.
Did you double your divine strike?
I rolled 2.
Did you double your weapon as well?
Yeah.
So just 17. That's still pretty good though. Like that's nearly what Juto did.
Are you sure you double shit? Because that sounds fucking awful.
It's great.
Yeah, that destroys the horse. So all 3 of you, as it goes to run past, Testament lashes out with like one massive like punch, just cripples like part of its neck. Juto like cuts down like into the weakened spinal structure, taking the head off, and then Cam comes up and just breaks the legs with the dagger.
I'm on a roll! Oh my god!
And yeah, so the 2 wagons are now just there.
Teamwork.
And
Coffins.
One of them is.
There's 2
on
wagons,
fire.
and yeah, there's one of them is slowly burning. Yeah.
Let's wait for Elara to catch up.
So are we
Elara!
combat then?
You are now out of combat.
Okay, I want to actually land.
Elara!
Do I have to roll for anything for that?
Yes, you would make an acrobatics check.
Got your back, DM.
She's come
15.
around now, right? She's
Sorry,
seen that.
15?
Yeah.
Yeah, you land fine. You sort of like slide off. You actually kind of slide off, do a little bit of a cool little flip.
Cool. I
Land
also
down on
want
the
to
ground.
cool Axel back to me as
Yeah,
well.
Axel, back into your hand.
Turns, but...
Elara doesn't show up.
Elara!
She's
She'd be very useful around about now. I feel like intimidation and interrogation against these vampires in here.
I was thinking about maybe just opening the coffins and letting them burn in sunlight.
We could ask them where Karen is.
Whilst opening the coffins and burning them in sunlight.
Well, obviously.
I like that plan. Where is Elara?
Elara!
I mean, we heard you, Juto, when you were calling for us to come over this side, so she must have heard it.
I saw her fighting that last monster when I.
Yeah, she was grappling it.
There's no way there's anything wrong with her. She was easily taking that thing down. Last I saw her, launching me across the roof.
Libram and Testament catch up with each other. You can see them sort of like, Testament and Libram sort of like checking each other for injuries, that sort of thing. She does come over, she takes her buckler off and hands it back.
Borrowing things is a good thing.
Yes, borrowing things from trustworthy individuals, I agree. Thank you for your assistance.
Can I run back to like where I was?
So you run back around the building? Yeah, so you run back, you see the corpse of the kind of creature that the Earth Elemental destroyed. But what you see, and I just need to check how some of their abilities work.
There?
That their abilities.
I'll do it so that it doesn't disturb the material. There is nothing. There is just no sign of the Earth Elemental. Or Elara.
Perception.
Yeah, you can make a perception check.
While
I see trees.
No, I don't. This is
No idea. No idea.
I go back and I'm like,
It's gone.
there's nothing. She killed the monster, but
There's not even sign. There's no like debris. There's no, blood, anything like that.
What
It's
is
just
she playing
vanished.
Maybe she's underground.
She could well be underground. She does burrow a lot.
I value your optimism, but I fear that perhaps she has been captured.
Well, all the more reason to interrogate these two.
Yes.
Is there one's particularly small coffin?
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, there is a coffin which is smaller than the other one, yeah.
Let's do one at a time.
I feel like the shorter one.
Libram and
That's
Testament. Libram comes up, is like, my understanding is you intend to open these coffins, exposing the creatures to sunlight, yes?
Yes.
They will burn, what limited information I have seen. They don't like sunlight, but there is something strange in this place. The sunlight isn't as strong as it should be. They could potentially get away. We need to find a way to restrain them if that's what you want to do.
How would we restrain them, do you know?
Well, there are old rumours. Stakes through the heart will paralyze them, potentially destroy them. You can also we could tie them down. They are very strong, however. They were stronger than me, and I've trained all my life to be quite athletic.
I like the stake
And they're
idea.
stronger than I am.
Any piece of wood?
Well,
I made steaks.
Yeah,
I bought.
My
I made.
knowledge of these creatures is limited to what I've heard in stories.
We came prepared. Juto?
I made 3 steaks and I have garlic.
I also want to reload my crossbow with the wooden stakes that I made. Or the
The-
cut-off wooden
yeah,
bolts.
yeah.
We do one at a time. Okay? I'll pull the coffin lid open. You fire the bolt into the heart.
Well, we don't want to kill him.
Well, apparently it paralyzes.
Paralyzes or kills?
I've heard both. Some say that when you put a stake through the creature's heart, it will paralyze it. Some say that if you stake a creature in its heart, it will destroy it. I do not know which is true.
We have 2.
If you just, we could just experiment on one.
I feel like the more talkative of the two would be the halfling.
Right. Let's experiment on the bigger one then.
Fine.
Fine.
All right.
Very well. You can see that actually attached to the side of the larger coffin is a sheath with a great sword, like a quite impressive, very
Ooh,
well
let's
made
take
looking
that
great sword.
away.
Testament looks at it as like, would you perhaps mind if I take that for a time? He kind of looks at the wooden club and is like, I would prefer something a bit heftier.
By all means.
Thank
What are
you.
your plans?
Pulls it off.
Yeah.
Shing!
You've,
Nice.
Reynard raised a good point.
We've released you and we've saved your friend. What do you intend to do now?
Destroy the evil that is within this city.
Oh, good.
Good
That's fine.
answer.
Yeah, we'll
All
find
right,
with that.
Right, with
great
that.
sword.
That's great.
We could
Alright.
not possibly leave this place knowing that such a terrible being.
Absolutely.
The people have been infected, likely, I suspect, as well. We will need to deal with them as we can.
Guess what? My untrustworthy god told me to cleanse this place.
I'm sure she did, and I'm sure that your particular choice in deity is
It wasn't a choice.
perhaps more reliable than some. But you must realize that you are just a tool. She has sent you here to do a job that she could do with a snip of her fingers,
He is a tool.
if she wished.
Maybe there's a reason she can't.
That's what they always say, my friend. And he genuinely doesn't, he's not trying to patronize you, he's like, that's what they always say. That's what everybody in power who wishes other people to do their business say. We can't.
Well, she's helped me. So, let's do it.
I will not discuss the matter further if you are very set on your ways. We have no intention of converting somebody who does not wish to be.
You do conversions?
If people decide that the gods have forsaken them, we can show them other methods.
Eh.
You saw my friend. She has her own power. She does not draw that from a god.
My friends, this is not the time for a debate.
Your tiefling friend is correct. Let's deal with this
What's the
creature.
sun doing? Where is it? What time is
You suspect, what's your... Elora's kind of the outdoorsy one that normally knows exactly what time it is. You can make survival checks to see if you can work out what time it is. Reynard, I'll give you advantage because you're quite outdoorsy.
Thank you.
26.
26. You know it's...
Sunset.
You're like, judging by the approximate... it's about 3 p.m.
I got an 8.
22.
No, I got 18, sorry.
18, 22. Yeah, you all know it's about 3 p.m. Judging by the way that the sun is, it's difficult because here you swear that the sun wouldn't be as far along its path outside of the city. Like, you're in near summer, it should be, sunny for hours, but it's already beginning its decline.
Weird.
It's a very strange phenomenon. You suspect maybe you've got sort of like 4 hours of daylight left.
Let's make use of this sunlight. I'm going to go over to the coffin lid and say, Reynard, prepare yourself, Juto, just in case, get the fire ready.
So, correct me, this is Libram, she walks up. My understanding is you intend to stake this creature.
We're experimenting on this one,
Very
staking it, seeing if it...
You and your friends are certainly very capable. Let myself and Testament open the lid. We're strong enough. you are then ready to take any actions you need to.
Sure.
Right. Well,
They kind of position themselves on either side. They kind of start putting their fingers under the lids, and you can see that it's nailed shut. Like it's actually been sort of like fixed together. And then they give you a nod, and they rip it open, and it flips open.
At this point, I'll cast Shield of Faith, Shield of Faith on Reynard.
Okay, so that's 2+2 AC while he's concentrating on it.
In case you
Okay.
get attacked.
So the lid flips open, and inside you see Dietrich, the kind of larger man who was wielding the greatsword. As soon as the sunlight hits him, I'm guessing you pull the coffin out into the street. It's just like shit. He's like and he begins like thrashing around. Who's doing what? Are you going to try and stake?
Fire a shot into his.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Give me an attack roll.
27.
He's incapacitated while he's resting in his coffin. Although he is alerted once, like I'd probably if you hadn't ready to do this, he probably could have gotten out.
he's, like,
you
prone.
basically you're waiting. As soon as the sunlight hits him, he's like you just as soon as it pierces through his chest, he turns to ash and is destroyed.
Similar to the last one.
Just destroyed instantaneously. Like
Wonderful.
Well, that proves your theory, Libram.
I believe that answers the question of which one, what will destroy them and what will paralyze them. The other one we may have to restrain with more mundane means. Do not be mistaken by this one's size. He is as strong as the others.
Do we have chains or anything? The ones that you were locked up with?
She points at the smoking building. I believe the chains, along with considerable valuables, were inside there.
With that big old greatsword of yours, do you want to delimb?
I can try. They do regenerate, but in sunlight, perhaps it won't work.
If we remove their capabilities of attacking us, I know it's quite barbaric.
Remove his legs.
Arms.
A bit.
His legs and his arms. Therefore, he cannot run.
This is human. This is not a. You do not need to worry. This is not a creature. This is a disgusting thing.
No, of course. I'm just wary it may also kill him.
Well, I do not believe. Well, they are difficult to kill. You saw that with the woman that you were facing.
The figures of the things we were fighting before had chains on their wrists.
No.
Is that...
No, that was just the minis.
Okay, that's fine. All right.
Sorry, that's Mark not having custom minis for every situation. He has to make do with.
Yeah, Tom.
What I have.
Tom.
Jeez, he's not a
Sorry.
millionaire.
Yeah.
A millionaire.
How are we doing on time? Do we need to take a break?
In a minute.
Okay, great. So
the
what
watchtower.
decide what you want to do on plans wise. Yeah. What,
Yeah, so
what-
the watchtower that we came from before, that was quite a way away, wasn't it? Is there a watchtower nearby?
Judging from where you are, the nearest one's probably still like an hour or something, like through the city, sort of
Okay.
like walking through.
Is there nearby buildings? Is there like a butcher shop?
You can probably find a butcher. You can probably find shops like butchers or blacksmiths or anything like that. Yeah, if you go searching, you can probably find one.
You know what they have there?
You're suggesting we take this coffin with us?
It's got to be pretty light, right?
I don't recommend we leave it in the city. There are more of those undead creatures, and they will probably try and rescue it.
Oh, did you do the thing where we can teleport back?
No.
He didn't. It has to be in a sanctified place when he casts it.
Fortunately not.
When you go back
Yeah,
to
'cause
Talis
we were saying it
Val,
was
you
a
can
stupid
probably
idea, didn't we?
when you go back to Talis Val, you can probably find like a shrine to Avandra and place it there.
He's cut his legs off.
I mean, yeah, he's in a box right now. How hard would it be?
Do you
to
not
cut his
have
legs
spells that can restrain him, spellcaster?
off? Ooh.
Not really. I mean, I can dominate the mind.
I can ensnaring strike.
I don't believe
again.
that would work on these creatures. I don't believe.
I do have these, and I'm patting like the bowler type arrows that I've got.
They could potentially work, but like I said, this is a strong creature. It was able to overpower me. That I was a plaything.
Could we take the net off the wheel and put it around his face? I don't know.
You
Ow.
can. You'd have to open the coffin to try and tie him up.
Oh damn it! I lost my net again. I really want to use that. That would be perfect.
Well, while you guys have a think, let's take a break.
Yes.
We are going to take a short break, a proper 5-minute break. While we do that, shall I try and read donations again, or should we just try and save 15 minutes at the end to do that?
Up to you.
I think it works better if we just do it at the end, because it's a bit of a higgledy-pickledy if we do it in the break.
Sure.
So we'll read donations at the end. We're going to take a 5 to 10 minute break now, and then we'll be right back. Come back.
Don't
miss
go
out on
anywhere.
This exciting plot. What's going on?
Where's Elara?
Bye for now.
Goodbye. Bye.
They've started the countdown. I was already yawning. Hello. Welcome back to High Rollers.
Do we bore you that much?
No, I'm just tired. Welcome back. We are in the middle of the party trying to interrogate. It's interrogate.
I just see it as like we got a cheese grater. And
Yeah.
Just...
Interrogate a vampire spawn, one of which they've already destroyed by staking through the heart. The other one they want to try and capture to ask questions. And you believe you were trying to come up with how you were going to do that, how you were going to restrain this vampire spawn and try and capture it. Elara has vanished. You know where she's gone. And
Our immediate
you
concern
are...
is this coffin dude. Reynard,
Can I just throw some garlic in there?
Yes.
you are plan B.
Stake it.
Cock a bolt
Okay.
and have it ready. I will try and restrain it with your help. Treatment, is that your name? Treatment?
Testament. Are you talking to the fella? The man? Yeah, Testament is like, I can assist.
Treatment
yes.
and library?
Libram is stronger than I am. She's far more
Can you help me pin
athletic.
this thing down?
We can all try together, yes.
You cannot be bitten, right?
No, you misunderstand. We can be bitten, we cannot be charmed or turned into one of
Perfect.
these creatures.
You take the head, I'll take the legs. Juto, you take the arms, right?
Can I not sever them?
If it comes to that, yeah. But we kind of want to use that as a torturing, eking out information thing. If they're not being compliant, then you cut off a limb. You dig, dog?
Meanwhile, I can threaten them with, well, death. I could shoot them through
The
the heart.
ultimate.
I
Yeah.
think we should open with severing at least one limb
Why?
to show that we are serious.
I think we're serious by putting them in sunlight. They're going to be constantly burning.
These creatures are pure evil, though.
They are pure evil, but fine. If you want to take a limb off, then go nuts. Go on a limb. Yeah.
Open
I'm
the
looking
coffin.
at. Okay.
Testament's like, I will open the coffin.
Right.
You and Libram be ready to grab it. Your friend will cut off its limb, apparently.
Libram chokehold.
I will attempt to, yes.
Can I just say that the two shots I have in my crossbow, the first one is an entangling one, the second is a stake.
Okay.
So if the first shot I do would be the entangling shot,
Okay.
just in case.
Okay. Okay, yep, sure. Alright, so I'm guessing you will take readied actions to do things you said.
Yes.
So you're readying an action to grapple.
Grab the legs.
You're taking a readied action to entangling shot. You're taking a readied action to try and cut
I'm
off
gonna
an
I'm
arm.
gonna hold him, like try and hold him, but if he like,
Okay, so you're gonna
wriggles
try and-
away,
you're trying to
if he
get it done.
gets out,
Okay.
I'll slice.
Okay,
Same sort of goes for me as well.
so just so I'm trying to think and plan this out because it's quite likely that this could turn into combat. I'll just get ready. Right, so Testament opens up the coffin. Your readied actions take place. So you make a strength check. You have advantage because Libram is aiding you.
Natural 20!
Okay.
Got those fucking legs!
You are attempting to shoot it. So you readied an action. Shoot.
Oh, mine was if it gets out of the ground.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Could I, if I'm not doing anything, just roll an intimidation check just so I can stand there? Just like, okay.
Yeah, you can do. Yep. And then Juto, you are also attempting to grapple.
Uh-oh.
Well, you would just be giving advantage to Cam Buckland, so you don't really. You're like jumping on him at once. Trot's already rolled, so you can roll if you want.
Secret roll.
So the coffin opens. The creature begins howling. You can see this halfling man, little thin moustache, quite fine-looking robes.
Come here, little bugger!
And you literally grip him. Libram grips him round chokehold. You've kind of got him round the waist. Juto's kind of like helping, just lending strength. You can feel that this creature is quite strong, but you've got a good grip on him.
I got him.
And what was your intimidation check?
15.
Reynard is just looming over him, staring. You can see his skin as immediately as the kind of light sunlight begins to hit him, just starts burning really badly. He's just like, get off me! Get off me, you bastards!
We'll give you a quick death.
Right, I need to know, so what are you saying?
We'll give you a quick death if
yeah.
you answer our questions.
Okay. Anybody else saying anything?
Don't have long. Where is Callus?
Karen.
Karen. Callus is the other campaign.
Don't give things away.
Spoilers.
Spoilers, okay.
But which campaign, Mark?
Libram probably would have cast Shield of Faith on you as well.
Nice.
So you would have +2 AC.
And I got my buckler back.
Yeah, so
I'm now at 20.
Cab's buckler.
He just hisses. He's just like, get off me, you little meat bags. He's going to try and break free again, so you need to do another strength check with advantage.
A 2 and a 1. Great.
Okay, so...
Can I strength check?
yes, Libram was technically giving him the advantage. You're kind of waiting in the wings, ready to do that.
12.
12? Okay. So you watch as this little man, frenzied at being burnt, he takes 10 radiant damage.
Does
to
the
start
garlic help?
with. No. Doesn't. The garlic does nothing.
Good to
As
know.
he
Makes
is
it smell
like
good.
thrashing around, he rips, he breaks free of Cam's grip. And then begins getting up. You go to grab him, and he just shrugs you off. He throws you to the ground. You can see he's desperately trying to claw out to get out of the sunlight.
Take a limb!
Entangling shot goes off. This is the last readied action.
Oh, that's a big boy. That's 31.
That hits.
So that was a nat 20.
He has to make a
19.
strength saving throw.
Yeah, you need to do damage as well.
Oh, do I?
Yeah, it's the part of it is you're shooting him through the leg.
It's got thorny stuff as
Do
well.
I get thunder damage too?
Yes, you would.
Sure.
And strength check. Strength
kill
saving
him.
What?
throw.
2 ones?
Wow.
That's only 8 damage.
31
8
to hit is
damage.
nuts.
Oh, yeah, I
Okay,
broke my pen.
the entangling shot fires off. The bowlers wrap around his legs. In his struggle, he just looks down, snarls, "You bastard!" Rips it off, and the rope shreds in his hand. And he starts scrambling across the street towards an alleyway to get into shade. He's literally scrambling across the ground.
Kill it! Maim it!
So, initiative checks for everyone at this point. It shouldn't be as long.
Has it acted?
Yes.
What? Fuck! 2 natural 20s!
Ding dong. Holy shit. That's amazing.
God.
I've never seen that before.
Double nat 20.
Double
Damn.
nat 20. I got 40.
I'm sure you have. I'm sure
40
Matt's
initiative.
done that before.
Yeah.
I didn't see
Who?
it.
Who's that?
Who's that?
Okay. Cam initiative.
19.
Reynard,
Well, nat 24.
24. You can't really nat 20 initiative rolls.
Yeah, but I did it. So.
Juto.
14.
You fucking did.
Okay. So, Reynard, you see this guy and you're like, "Ugh!"
High
you have a
Rollers
wooden-
Wiki team.
Yeah.
Please make a note.
No, yeah. Double nat 20. So, your next arrow is a wooden one. So, if you try and fire it normally, it will do slightly less damage.
Aim true.
Can I?
Just kill him.
Can I, in that case, throw Axel to take one of his legs off?
Yeah, I mean, you can try. Axel can try, yeah.
Axel can try.
You need to serrate one of the edges. It's like
Right.
Right underneath it.
10.
10. He nimbly sort of throws himself to the side, and you can see that he can kind of almost walk vertically along the buildings. He kind of as he's scrambling, he can turn his body and walk like Juto does along vertical surfaces and stuff like that.
Disaster.
And he's just scrambling out of the way, hissing back. You can see him patting himself down, no weapons available.
I'm going to use another ensnaring strike.
Okay, that's going to be.
Oh, actually.
1, 2,
Oh no. Don't worry.
5 once. Twice. Yeah, so you got 2 shots left. You fired 1 at the end of the last round of combat.
Oh no, I reloaded since then.
Oh, okay.
Because I Oh no, shit! This is my stake one.
Yeah.
I'm firing his legs.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Fire.
Yeah.
So it'll do slightly less damage.
20. Natural 20.
That's a hit. So -2 to the damage because it doesn't have the tip. It doesn't have the steel tip.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
10 plus 6, 16, 14 damage, including the thunder. And
This vampire spawn is just the wooden stake pierces through his leg. He's like, ah! I'm gonna fucking eat your face!
and this was the entangling shot as well, so he needs to make a strength save.
14. Still passes. Just like flexes his leg, just rips it apart.
Jesus.
Like, your little fucking roots ain't gonna do shit.
I love his voice.
Well, he's a the thing is, he's a halfling who's turned into a vampire. He's not gonna suddenly sound cool because he's a vampire.
Charming before.
Cool,
Sounds
though.
amazing.
Okay, sure. So Raynar, that was your go. Cam Buckland, actually.
Gonna eat your fucking face. Oh.
Not
I'm gonna
again.
try and polymorph him.
Okay.
That's a wisdom
Saving throw.
16.
You turn him into like a snail or something.
17. Natural, like literally rolled. Slug! Shit. Is that what you call your dick?
I'm just hurt.
Juto's gonna give a little like.
I guess I'm gonna run as far towards him as I can.
So he moves. Yeah, you're pretty much next to him, but it was your turn to cast the spell, so you run up
I
next to
pretty
him.
much would have done that as well.
Juto, by the way.
Fuck, it really hurts deep.
I'm gonna run and hit him a lot.
He's like running basically sort of like this way
Yeah.
towards
I'm
the
gonna-
alleyway.
I know you're probably gonna be
guy.
like, yes, this every turn, but can I like go into a stance and use it in the same turn?
It's
Bonus action to go into a stance,
yes.
and then I can go into an action.
So do you want to
I
finish?
mean- So I was thinking of going into water stance and then using water whip.
Yes, you can. Yeah.
Okay.
It's bonus action to enter a stance.
I'll do
it's
that
the
then.
finishing move is an action. So.
Okay.
Throw it back into the
So
coffin.
I would like to go into water stance,
Okay.
please.
So key point. 2 key points. Sorry.
And then water whip.
Yep. So you make
Okay.
a normal unarmed attack basically. So you just make a normal unarmed strike, but it has he makes a strength save, or you can push, pull, or knock him prone. No, just push or pull him.
Not you, bro.
12.
12 to hit. No. You whip out this like lash of water. It splashes against the cobblestones, and he just kind of like on all fours. He springs himself backwards, just like a little jumping jack man. Launches off to the side.
Can I do it again on my second attack?
You can only do it once per round, unfortunately.
I'm just gonna fucking twat the bastard.
So you kind of like lash it out, and then you're like, "Argh!" You just run up and start wailing with the Gwander. So one attack with the Gwander out, because the water whip takes place of one of your attacks.
Take his leg off.
She switched stance as a bonus action.
Yes, so she can't flurry. She can make her second extra attack.
So Water Whip is also
It's
a
part.
bonus.
Water whip is just part of her normal attack.
Yeah.
But she can only do it once per turn.
Oh.
If you read the text, it makes sense.
14
I thought it was a
14 to
spell.
hit. 14 doesn't hit.
doesn't hit.
Doesn't hit. You just like. You're like slashing the Gwandao around him.
20 damage.
What have you done?
Why is it still flickering?
So none of that works.
It did not work. Libram will use her last first level spell slot to cast a guiding bolt. For goodness sakes. It's just like, in fact, she'll cast it at second level actually, to do some extra d6. So she raises her hand and she seems to almost, and you sense, Juto, she's actually focusing key energy, and she kind of focuses it and then fires it out like a bolt of light.
I like these people.
She's
She's
tearing
gonna
his leg
hit.
off, right?
I hope so.
It's 5d6 radiant damage, so
I don't know why she, for goodness sake. She didn't do anything.
16,
Yeah.
19.
We reacted very quickly.
So she deals 19 points of damage as this guiding bolt slams into him. And the guiding bolt actually, the next attack roll made against the target will have advantage against it, as it's kind of like shrouding him in sort of like this glowing aura.
I'm okay with that.
As it kind of like, in some sense, like now, one of you should be able to get him now. As this, he's like, kind of Dragon Ball Z style, like holding up against the
Do
light.
it, treatment.
Well, it's actually the vampire's go, and he dashes away. No, in fact, because you're next to him. Oh, fuck, he's gonna
We're all
burn.
next to him.
Well, first of all, he takes 10 points of damage from the sunlight. You're all next to him, so he knows that you're gonna get that. He'll disengage, which means that he only moves 30 feet away. But that would probably get him close enough to be in the sort of shadow of an alleyway. So he's out of the direct sunlight, and you can see him like panting. And he just starts backing up away from you. He's just like, you fucking wait. Karen's gonna drink your blood. He's gonna turn you into a rotten corpse. It's the new lot of you.
Right.
You just wait. You just wait.
We're
He's just like
waiting.
backing off. Testament will move up He's a little bit far away.
Do a treatment.
He can't actually get to him because he's moved so far away at this point. So he basically runs up. He's just short of making an attack, but he's making his way towards him. So Reynard.
I mean, we just kill it, right? I mean,
Yes.
okay.
you can fucking try. You can fucking try.
I'm gonna.
You wait. Now that I'm not in that sunlight, I'm gonna regenerate. I'm gonna fucking drink your blood. I'm gonna drink it all.
Oh.
It's gonna be like a delicious fucking pint like I used to have.
I was off for 6 seconds.
He's just like, he's saying all of this throughout many rounds. Like, it's all just blah, blah, blah.
your dick.
I am gonna use another stake, shot through the heart, and I'm to blame.
This is fucking quote episode.
An unnatural 20.
Hits.
I've got to
Doesn't
stop
stake him,
taking a
though.
drink when someone quips.
Okay. D8. D8. 6. So the thunder is 5.
Thunder, thunder,
2.
thunder.
7.
You can do it, Tom.
6, 13, 11 damage.
11
Minus
damage.
the 2
One day
for the-
you will all be good at maths. He's looking so, like, the thing shuds into his shoulder, but you can now see that out of the sunlight, his body is, the wounds are beginning to heal, like all the different burn marks and things like that. It's like, he's just like, fucking throws it to the ground.
Through the heart doesn't work. Through the head.
Second attack. I take it you are not sharpshooter,
No.
as you did not say.
Yeah, I need to say it beforehand, I think. That's 21.
21 hits.
1d8. I don't get a +6. 1 again, 7 damage.
7 damage. Oh, that was really bad.
Oh,
You could've-
5 because of the wooden stakes.
yeah. So again, another one thuds in. Stops breathing heavily.
Could I... How far away is he?
About 30 feet.
I'll throw it all at him as well.
Yeah!
Throwing all the things.
21.
Hits.
That's 9 damage.
It's like, so he's like, Kieran's gonna drink your blood. It's gonna be like you're refreshing. Fuck off! You shit! What the fuck is this? Turns to ash.
Oh!
We
Finally. He was so
Shitty
mean.
little vampire spawn that just couldn't get away and was burned. Like 5 adventurers ganging up on him. He's like, leave me
That took
alone.
far too long for 5 against 1.
Wildly embarrassing.
In sunlight as well.
We weren't going to get anything out of him, I don't
Yeah,
think.
he had disadvantage on like all of his rolls and stuff while he was in sunlight.
Lol.
Sunlight is our friend. Vampires are.
Well, you've got about 2 hours of it left, judging by the
Says
sun.
Juto.
3 hours, sorry. 3 hours.
What do we do? Elara is still not here.
Yes, what has happened to the Earth Element?
I don't know. There's no trace. Apparently, Juto went and had a look.
I believe she has been captured. I keep saying this and no one seems alarmed.
I am somewhat alarmed, but it all happened in seconds. Like there wasn't anything around her.
You see the creatures that we have met so far. Is it not likely that there is a creature that can make her vanish?
Not when she's an earth elemental. She was heavy.
We've not seen, well, we were not captured by any such creature. It was the vampires and gargoyles.
Do you know
visible
something that can
creatures.
teleport? Or
Some of the what Karen calls his blood court, the nobles that he's turned into vampires, were spellcasters, but I don't know any of them powerful enough to teleport away creatures against their will.
yeah.
Now that we are out of immediate danger, thank you for rescuing me. I am Libram, Hammer of Righteousness. You have met my companion, Testament. Thank you for your assistance. I'm afraid that something quite dark has happened here, and now that we have allies, perhaps we can set it right.
Yes.
I believe that I would quite like to get some rest. My injuries are still quite severe, and also fetch some weapons and armour if we can find any.
We have a few hours before the sun sets, and when
Indeed.
it does,
It
You know what will happen.
I don't know, if you only just arrived into Graybell.
Yes.
At night is particularly dangerous out on the streets. I witnessed it only once. They took me upstairs for a feeding. They drained my blood, but I was still strong enough to remain conscious for a few hours. The dead come to life in the city streets. There is a ghostly voice, a song from the clock tower. When it begins to sing, the dead rise, hundreds, perhaps thousands, tens of thousands, perhaps flood the streets.
Do you know what time the song begins?
As soon as the sun sets, as soon as the vampires are at full power.
We can't leave.
The tower's in the middle of the city, inside the second wall, basically.
If we leave Elara in this town where there's going to be thousands of zombies.
I believe as long as the Walking Dead are not aware of our presence, they do not attack. They don't hunt the town. It's almost as if they are acting out what they did in life. I've not heard of them rampaging. There are still townspeople here, apparently, according to the Blood Court.
Let's seek out a shelter. Do you have a link with each other, some sort of communication where you can speak to each other at a distance?
We do not.
Because I think we need to look for Elara.
What if we return to the cellar of this place? It looked like it was made of stone, yo.
Oh, the cellar was, but you'd probably have to either... Yeah, it'd still be hot. You could return there if you want.
Is the building still okay? It's on fire.
It's on fire.
It was a slow fire.
It's heavy smoke. You imagine that the fire's probably spread into the corridor that you came down and is slowly growing through the building. But like you can hear the crack of timbers and things like that. Like the problem is like a fire in real life. The longer it is, the faster it spreads.
Yeah. Risk of being trapped in that house. I don't think you
Yeah.
can go down to the cellar.
Ignore that Jesus said that. I didn't say it, I'm retconning it.
Okay.
If you wish, Testament and I need to rest, and I do not wish to be in the city without arms and armor. I feel defenseless without them.
Right, yeah,
We
sure.
could search for your friend in the area. There are guard posts. I'm hoping that some of them will have some armor and weapons that we can steal.
Was the halfling's bow with him?
It was attached to the side of the coffin.
So is it still
Yes, with a quiver of arrows.
so I'll...
She looks at it and is like,
No.
no, I do not. I'm not a marksman. I will be more comfortable with heavy plate upon my skin, a shield in one hand, and preferably a hammer in the other. But I'll happily take a blade.
You were in the
And
city.
see, she's got that shaved kind of like half head with then long hair on the other side.
I love her.
She's got a very steely face, like she's very
She's my
sort of
dream
like.
girl.
Yeah. You were in the city before it was attacked. You must know where there's a blacksmith and armourer.
There's tons, many throughout the city.
Let's
We
find
can
the
find
closest one.
Very well. I'm not very familiar with the streets, these outer streets. We mainly stayed on the inside walls.
Well, let's
But-
at least go around the other side and see if we can find any trace of where Elara could have
Yes,
gone.
if you wish to seek your friend.
Yeah.
Testament is like Libram. The elemental is not a summoned creature. It is one of their companions, a druid, I believe. And she's just like, very well.
You don't know scrying or anything, do you?
I'm afraid not. The powers I have that I've developed from the path are mainly focused around improving my skills in battle. I have some knowledge of healing. I can promote my ki to heal others. I can also use it to enhance weapons, attacks, guide strikes, that sort of thing.
I could scry, however, it will require a extended rest.
Right.
Well, I believe we should not be moving on the streets during the evening, so we have all night.
I do know...
There's Elara, though.
your friend, does she know of the townspeople that are living here? There are still pockets of them.
We haven't found any ourselves. We came as a group. So, she's strong.
She knows they are here somewhere. She does not know where.
It's just strange that she would disappear on her own.
Yes.
I'm afraid I have no answers for you.
Well, let's start searching the other side. And make our way towards some form of weaponsmith, blacksmith, butcher.
So you make your way round to the back of the
Safe
building.
haven.
You hear the fire roaring inside the bedroom. And looking around, you see the same thing Juto did. You see the body of the creature that the Earth Elemental Elara was fighting. And the signs of your own battle, but nothing else. You can make investigation checks if you want.
Shall do.
I will make one for Libram and Testament.
13.
16.
Testament's actually not bad.
Nothing.
investigation. So was it 16?
13.
13?
16.
16? Nothing? Okay, so the rest of you, so Reynard and Testament begin looking around, and the rest of you don't really find anything, but the two of you kind of stumble upon it kind of at the same time. The
Touch
stone
hands.
around where Elara was fighting the creature, it's not really disturbed, but between the two of you, you do sense that she might have passed through it, like when she burrows, because the problem is the earth elemental, when it burrows, it doesn't disturb it. It just kind of like fades into the stone itself. But it does leave a very slight sort of, you think that it might be a residue. You think she might have tried to burrow down and it hasn't resurfaced.
Do you happen to know of anything under the city? Sewers, tunnels, anything like that?
I mean, there are sewers and catacombs, things there where a lot of them have buried their dead in the past and things like that.
How will we access that?
A cemetery, which is near the centre of the city. There are sewer passages at points, but they're quite a labyrinth. Graybell was an old city long before the Nightfall. It was one of the oldest settlements around. The catacombs and the sewers here were designed long, long ago, and they're quite labyrinthian.
It could be an option. Where she's gone. She
Could
could have
be
fallen into something.
Passed through and just simply fell through.
Yeah.
We do not have much daylight left. I also do not recommend we be in the sewers past darkness.
Well, it's a little more hopeful if she's gone into there. It's unlikely they would summon baddies down there.
My understanding is this Karen Blackhurst, this ruler, the Blood Court often gloat about his powers. He has control over certain beasts and animals, the birds in the sky, wolves, rats. I believe he uses the rats to scout the sewers. But your friend, if she can take on the form of an elemental, I'm sure that rats will prove no serious threat.
She also has the ring of invisibility.
That's true. Let's leave a note where she burrowed, in case she comes back to the point where we last were, and tell her we've headed...
What if something else finds the note?
Then we put it in a crazy cryptic language that only we can understand.
Does Elara know this language?
Oh yeah.
We could potentially use the Undercity to get across to the centre without having to get through the streets, the open areas. The crows, the gargoyles.
Yeah,
this is true.
So long as we don't.
The gargoyles are somewhat of a concern. The Blood Court spoke of, they called it the Master's creation. Apparently he sends it when the townsfolk attempt to escape the city. Even the Blood Court seem quite wary of this creature.
Where would this be?
I don't know. Apparently he sends it out into the city if the villagers try to escape or if the townsfolk try to escape.
We saw a gargoyle flying off before.
This is not a normal gargoyle from what I understand. The gargoyles he uses as scouts. He uses them to spy on the townsfolk. He brought them to life when he gained his powers.
Well,
all of them?
Not all of them are true gargoyles, but he seems to have the ability to transfer the magic from different ones.
Right.
There was a gargoyle that fled.
Likely to report to Karen
Yes.
whatever it is seen.
So
Let's
they
get
will know
underground.
we were here. Likely they will send scouts here and find any notes we leave.
all right. Let's just go underground and see if we can just find Elara and head to the center through whatever is under there.
If we may we search for a weaponsmith first?
Sure.
There should be one nearby. Testament's like, I'm sure I can find
Then
one.
we'll use their toilet to get into the sewers. Good thinking. Let's go treatment and library. Onwards.
They look at the two of you.
Let's go.
It is best to simply ignore him.
Very well. They head off. It takes maybe about 25 minutes walking down the streets, digging through different buildings and things like that. And eventually they do find what was probably once like a merchant store. And inside, Testament finds some thick leather armor, sort of like a sturdy thing. They also find clothes. They've kind of been wearing these ragged, weird, sort of like torn rags. They have no shame in just changing in front of you.
And I have no shame in watching.
Yeah, they just change in front of you. You notice that both of them, there is almost no body hair whatsoever, all shaved or waxed or cleaned off in some manner. But they have these tattoos which show like this kind of winding path.
The fact they're in captivity is interesting.
And they just put their clothes on. Testament finds some leather armor, which he puts on. He keeps the greatsword, and then he also finds like dozens of other weapons, but he doesn't seem to favor anything. He's like hand axe, puts it in a belt. Dagger, puts that in a belt. Finds like a farmer's a sickle, puts that in his belt as well. Like boots in his daggers. Like he just covers himself with weapons,
Boots
and that
in his
seems
daggers.
to daggers in his boots.
You
I
think-
told you I'm tired. All right.
You think you have sufficient weaponage?
He looks around. He's like, this will suffice.
Wow.
suffice.
I'd prefer a spear as well, perhaps a scabbard for the greatsword, but I'll have to make do.
Library.
Liberum.
Make sure you get a big buckler, yeah?
You say this as she emerges from the back room wearing chainmail with a large round wooden shield with like a metal embossed center, and in the other hand she has found what appears to be some sort of like big blacksmith's hammer, and she's just holding that, and she comes out like, I believe I found a buckler of sufficient size.
Yep, but I think that'll do the trick.
What was your name again?
Cam Buckland.
Cam Buckland. Mr. Buckland, yours?
Reynard Ferrahorn.
Mr. Ferrahorn, Tiefling?
I am Juto.
Juto? She kind of gives a nod. If we can find at least an hour to sit down at some point, I would be appreciative, but obviously I know time is against us.
There's a great place underground. Let's find an entrance.
I believe, Testament's like, I believe you were going to search within their lavatory.
Is
Good
it
thinking.
safe to go underground? So
Libram and
close.
Testament look at each other and then walk outside to where they are now looking for a sewer grate.
Would day and night make a difference?
That's like, he's like, off you go, and then they go outside. And you find the toilet, like, it's basically like a wooden sort of like toilet rim seat with like a hole in the ground, like
Yeah.
dug down.
I'm assessing if I could fit in it.
Roll an intelligence check.
1 foot.
Intelligence check.
Natural 20.
You've done this before. Your head doesn't fit down it. It's the shoulders.
I need a wide toilet.
I've just got images of the Alan Partridge movie. There's a bit where he hides in a portaloo, like in the septic tank bit.
Yeah. Oh,
Really
we're not
obscure
doing
reference, that.
That was a bit of a cigar reference.
I
But yeah,
burst out and said,
you're like,
I'm not an idiot.
Oh no!
I'm sort of already following.
it's because you've done it before. That's why you know experience.
Yes.
What a shame! What a
We're going to have to look
brilliant idea.
outside or something.
Yes.
Because they don't make toilets like they used to.
In the when we found Testament, did we take all the gold stuff? I
No.
think?
Nope, I left it. I decided it was too much of a bother.
And now it's on
Just
fire.
remembered all of that.
Sapphires and
We have
stuff.
greater...
We'll get back and
I
it'll
mean,
be
some
metal.
of the thing, like,
Purpose.
if the fire doesn't get too hot, the gemstones might be alright.
fine,
If you
yeah.
dig through the wreckage.
I mean, it wouldn't melt
We
metal.
don't need material.
Gold.
wealth.
Gold's pretty
I
soft,
know.
man.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. If it gets hot enough, it probably would.
Oh well.
All the spices, all the trade goods, they'll be
Oh.
fucked. But, like, all the gemstones might survive.
Oh.
Gemstones can't bring you happiness.
Anyway.
Bring me gold.
I mean, looking around, Raina, you're walking through this city. It's in ruins, and a lot of it's just been left. Some of it you can see there are shops which have been picked clean. Things like food supplies, water skins, weapons, tools. A lot of them have been taken, but a lot of stuff's been left as well. Like, this is kind of a looter's dream in that you could just ransack stuff. Like, if you want to, you can go through the houses, like seeing if there's loose gold or valuables and stuff like that as well. But
I will
it takes
slap
time.
anyone who does
Yeah,
that.
I mean we just don't
Reynard
really
starts
have-
looking at his character sheet, and then Juto's like, I will slap. He's like, yeah, definitely, nope, not doing that.
I mean, I'm just not that character. Not Dead
You're not
Reckoning.
tall.
Good.
Yeah.
Have you had any luck?
They are stood. They're like, I believe we have found a sewer grating here, yes.
Good. Well done. Let's go down.
Lieber bends down, pulls it up, drags it to the side.
Juto is definitely looking at her with a very focused stare. I think she's got a quiet little crush.
Yeah, she'd actually probably turn to you and say, like, you fought very well during that battle. What style do you practice?
I follow the path of the elemental.
I know some of our followers who choose that path. Testament, what you believed you studied more of the open palm technique. It's like, I did, my lady, along with my martial training. You fight very well. Perhaps you can show me some lessons later. You have some maneuvers. The strike you did on the larger creature that stunned it, in particular.
Thank you. I would be interested in learning from you as well.
I can teach you weapon fighting. I was a soldier before I joined the path. Since joining the path, I've formed my body into a weapon. But I can show you the techniques with your staff, spear, weapon.
Guandao.
Guandao. I can show you a few maneuvers which will perhaps make it perhaps a bit more, give you enough force behind your blows, increase its power, perhaps.
We all want more force behind our blows, you're
I'm
right.
afraid that I can't
I'm
really
just
help
ignoring
you.
Cam.
That's
Yeah.
fine, I'm just watching.
My body's not a weapon; it's a temple.
Libram, what's your charisma?
18.
Libram's just like, indeed it is.
Albeit one of those temples where they sacrifice animals and drink a lot.
Ah, that type
Well-
of persona, I see.
No. As this is going on, I've actually looked into the sewer grate.
Okay, yep.
Super dark?
Yes. Yeah.
I have a
Pitch
better
black.
plan. No. And I'm going to look, how close to the clock tower are we?
It'd probably take you like
Would be too long.
hour and a half maybe to walk to it. But the problem is that the clock tower sits in the very top, like because the city is built onto a
tier.
hill. It's built onto the top tier, but it's also within the inner wall. You'd have to get past the inner walls as well.
I have a better plan that involves not going into that. And it's the alleyways.
May I have a moment? Come with me, Reynard.
Okay then. Discussing plans. See you in a bit.
He's afraid of the dark.
No. Carry on.
Reynard, why are you afraid of the dark?
We're not afraid of the dark. I'm just thinking of our
Reynard.
lives.
We do not have time. I will not tell your secrets to anyone. I just need to know.
Cam's just
He like shits himself every time he goes
Why are you
anywhere
afraid
near
of the
shadows.
strange. He seemed to handle
Anything
himself
could
so well
happen
in
down
battle.
there. I can't see
He's a wuss.
what. I can't
This
see.
is you're having that conversation over there. Cam's literally like, while Juto's pulled you
I'm
away,
spilling
Cam's
all
gone
the
over to him
beans.
and he's just telling them everything.
There is just nothing.
Anything could happen to you up here.
But I could see it, and I could stop it. When I'm down there, nothing and everything could happen all at the same time.
The funny thing is, he's so afraid of the dark that Juto bought him enchanted armor, or like, what was it, clothing that summons light. I think he
That's the
sleeps in it.
problem.
I don't know.
Reynard, we are in a difficult situation. Elara has gone missing, and I do believe that the answer is she has perhaps fallen into the sewers. We need to go and find her. It is safer down there than it is up here in an hour. I know you are scared, but you are with us. And we work together. And together, we are stronger.
Personally, I think if Reyna wasn't in the group, we'd probably do a lot better.
She kind of at that the thing is these guys say just turn around and they're like, given his skill with the crossbow, I'm not sure that's the case. As troublesome as his phobias and strange as they may be, he did seem to be an accomplished warrior.
I don't think the dark is a strange phobia.
They are having this conversation separately to you.
Yeah.
You are not. You don't hear this.
I will be at your side.
Oon,
Slight glow.
flashlight.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Let me tell you something, Reynard, since you have shared with me.
Well.
I too was afraid of the dark. Darkness was all I knew when I was younger. But I learned that sometimes you have to fight through your fears to help others.
I will do whatever it takes, but
And I will be beside you.
sewers are also super pokey. Fine. Flashlight. Oon.
I walk back to the group.
But you first.
Huh?
Huh? Oh, you first.
Me first what?
Into the sewers.
Libram holds out a hand. I will go first.
Ladies first.
Probably a better plan.
Gives you a look. Yes, ladies first. We can get to the enemy quicker, can't we? And she
Yes.
Cast light on my bandana. I'm going to let everyone else go in
Okay.
and do some deep breaths myself,
Uh,
but hidden.
Testament lets you go down, and then he follows. It's the two of you now up on the surface.
Oh, please. Come on now.
No, you.
You've got the... Actually, wait,
You
yes.
need to face your fears head on.
No, you're right. I'll go first. You'll be behind me.
I'll go first.
No, I'll go first.
As this is going on, I'm just going to say, humans!
I'm jumping in.
And then track cams at the back. So you climb down a ladder, basically, a kind of heavy rungs, rotten, kind of rusted brass, like kind of greenish as you begin making your way down, and the stench is very, very overpowering. It doesn't just smell like a sewer, waste. There is a rot. There is decay. The water itself smells putrid and corrupted, and it's incredibly distracting. I need all three of you to make Constitution saving throws.
Shit.
18.
Cool.
16.
Okay, everybody except Reynard. It's bad, but you're kind of like, you're dealing with it. Reynard, I mean, this is making you wretch. You have disadvantage on all skill checks and ability checks and attack rolls, like whilst you are under here, like this. To be honest, you were probably going to get that, like, and if your light went out, you would probably have disadvantage because of your fear anyway. But yeah, like you're just like,
if light goes out as well, I'm just incapable.
Yeah, basically you will be just be completely useless.
Right.
But yeah, you currently have disadvantage on. I think it's just it's so bad. And going down here, you do find that the sewers are quite spacious. There's enough room that if you kind of just slightly hunch, you can walk along the side. There's kind of like a very thin, narrow stone sort of like sideway, and then there is just a river of like refuse and waste. Some of it is kind of not moving. Sometimes it just gets clogged up and it just is building up.
Can I thaumaturge smells?
No. Prestidigitation, you can kind of make smells and clean it up, but thaumaturgy is more just like religious dramatic effects.
Alright.
Can I take a bit of rip a bit of my sleeve, rub it in garlic, and hand it over to Reynard.
Okay. I would say...
This will smell better than anything else.
Yeah, as long as you've kind of got one hand free to literally hold it up, and you can keep sort of like doing it. But you've only got one hand free.
That's fine. Okay. Can
I tie it if you wish?
Can I have reloaded first?
It's kind of like if he ties it, it won't be tight. Like he's literally having to hold it here to keep the smell out and stuff
Reynard,
like that.
if you're scared, we could just put you in the bag of holding.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No living being can survive in the bag of holding. You know that, Cam Buckland. Shame on you.
Can I just say that I reloaded before we jumped in as well?
Sure.
Cool.
I assume that every time out of combat, you just and reload it for one of your bolts. We should probably start tracking how many of those magazines you have, but I'm not going to worry about it.
Magazines? I have magazines now?
Like what do you think of the bolts all loaded?
Well, I just thought I just had 5 bolts, and that was just...
Oh, it's like I suppose it's like a drum mag. Like you could have it almost like a rotating thing that you put one in.
Oh no, I just mean now
like a big revolver, like a big sort of like big revolving thing. Like, yeah, that's probably what it's more like. To be fair.
Let's play Russian roulette.
So yeah, you do that.
There's no Russians in this world.
As you get down here, this sewer goes in 2 directions.
I'm gonna do
east and west
survival check to see if there's any disturbance or footprints in the muck.
Okay.
Samesies.
Survival check.
16.
21.
Damn. Why are you so good at this? I suppose high wisdom. Yeah, high wisdom. That's a trained skill. So I guess maybe like your time spent in the Bucklands, you kind of learnt to track game and stuff, like when you had to
My eyes go chameleon and split to the 2.
Looking around, in this kind of section, it doesn't appear that there is any sign of any recent passage, but kind of your ears, you do sort of vaguely hear. There's almost like a kind of echoing sound, like mutterings and stuff like that, but like really far away, but it's kind of echoing through the tunnels coming from the eastern direction.
What does it sound like?
Just like muttering, like a kind of like people noise, but like really far away, heavily echoed.
Some real distant muttering on the right.
Oh, can we kind of like vaguely know which direction like this was and
Yeah, natural explorer. Can't get lost except by magical means.
I mean, what? That was going to be a problem, and I was going to have you make checks to know that. But as you've got Reynard fucking Farahon with you, I guess you don't.
Reynard's got a tom-tom.
Whilst Reynard has the,
that is
whilst you've
so
kind
last year.
of, whilst you've kind of got the garlic and you're kind of like holding and you can keep your thoughts together.
Yeah.
I'd probably say that if you didn't have that, you probably wouldn't be able to focus enough to use the ability. But because you're kind of like, yeah, it's this way. Like he's got a very good memory for knowing where you've been, what's behind you, where to go, and you think you can lead them. Where do you want to go? In towards the middle of the city,
Well,
towards
make
the clock
sure-
tower.
Kind of where Elara last was.
Yeah, but at the same time, the
Okay.
longer we're down here, I don't want to end up coming up in the complete wrong place. I want to eventually, after all of this has come through, end up
Clock tower.
clock tower. Yeah.
So you head back to where you think Elara might have been, and there is definitely some signs like something heavy landed in the sewer, but then it just again sort of like vanishes.
She may have transformed back.
Yeah. Are there any smaller?
Make a survival check.
elfy-
19.
Got away from me.
No, 18.
19.
19.
23.
Oh.
Wait, 24.
Oh.
Have you got 10 on survival?
8. 22.
I'm 7.
I'm so fucking bad at math.
It's weird. By getting such a high check, the rest of you just can't find anything. Cam, you're pretty sure that if Elara had left tracks, you'd been able to find them. It's almost as if magically she's erased her tracks somehow.
What's that trace?
Could be.
She's hidden.
Could be worried about being followed by something you think maybe, or...
Maybe she was pursued by something and she had to escape below. Or
Uh-huh.
she saw something and she just went down.
Does pass without a trace just completely remove all?
Yep, you cannot be tracked apart from by magical means.
She does like to do that. So, but I haven't seen any signs of anything chasing her. No other tracks down here. So maybe she was just trying to get lost.
No, how are you meant to find which way she went?
I don't know. I'm usually really good at this, but she's literally left nothing.
Could I make a perception check to see if she has left anything at all?
Yeah, perception check. You make a perception check.
Yeah, like any kind of clue.
I
for
really
us.
looked.
No.
Sorry.
It's wet.
Sorry.
She's like, it smells so bad.
8.
No. Looking around, you're just like... It's like she's vanished.
Right.
Are there any
It's like she's passed without a trace.
Okay, motherfucker.
I was wondering if she left like some sort of clue at all, but nothing.
Is there any other trace, like anyone else, any other marks?
None that you can really tell. Like, it's hard to tell. The stone is so old, and like the thick sewage is so sort of like patchy. You see what looks like maybe like rotted limbs that have fallen off and stuff like that. Heavy waste, putrid sort of like bloated like parts of bodies and
right.
stuff like that.
Is this an
it's
open
so
area
rough.
or is it a single tunnel?
Tunnel.
So we've come from one way and then...
Yeah.
Can we-
It's like a labyrinth down here. It's like twists and turns, but because you've got
Yeah.
Reynard Tom, you don't get lost.
Google Maps, please.
Yeah.
This is bizarre.
Farahon maps.
Can we hear that murmuring?
You would have gone, so you would have gone east. So yeah, it's kind of very, very vague. You imagine that it's hard to tell how far. It's literally Trot's favourite thing when I burp mid-sentence. It's his favourite thing. He
had a
laughs so
sneeze.
much at this.
We've had a burp. Anyone want to fart?
I've already shit myself.
So, heading to the east, you can't tell how far away it is, and it is beginning to get quieter, but yeah, it's almost like a bunch of people were talking and the sound was like bouncing around.
What, Reynard?
I don't know where they're going.
You don't know where they've gone. Me neither.
Testament's just like, I can't find any trace of your friend.
Let's...
I please go into Earth stance? And
2 key points.
it's gonna be
and you've
2.
not had a short rest.
I know. It's gonna be.
yeah.
It's probably not gonna work though.
How many key points you got left, kid?
I'm not telling
I
you
want to
that.
spend them all.
I'm not telling you
You're
that.
kind of
You don't tell me everything, so I'm not gonna tell you everything.
different though.
I've
How
got 10.
mentally drained does she look?
Left. Technically, no, because you spent 2 last time for water stance. Unless, are you Earth dancing now?
I'm on talking shit.
Oh, okay.
I'm not telling you nothing.
You have to tell me.
No, I don't. Where does it say in this that I have to?
It says that the DM's calls are final, so
Shit.
please tell. I just want to make sure that my math works out to your math, that's all. Because you did flurry once, you did water stance and earth stance, so that should be 5 down, right?
At least.
Okay, sure.
Can-
Why so difficult?
Because you're difficult.
I'm not difficult. It's my job to keep information secret. You have to
pinpoint
tell me.
Creature's location if it's on the same solid surface within 15 feet.
The only creatures within 15 feet you can sense are you and your companions.
Fine, in that case.
15 feet's not very far, though.
I have 1 point left.
Really?
Because we fought beforehand.
Oh, you fought beforehand in the room, didn't you? And you've not had a rest since then. Fuck. Man, I would have just said 5, but sure, you've got 1 left.
I'm not lying. I'm not
No,
lying.
I know you're not.
Like some here.
No, I just wanted to know. I'm not a liar. I just keep information hidden. It's the role of the DM.
So do I.
Cam is gonna, from this point onwards, where Elara landed, trace a line with his dagger along the side of the sewer.
It's a magic dagger, so it doesn't get blunt, but sure, yeah.
Okay. I mean, you're tracing it through the shit on the walls, aren't you, really?
Yeah.
Make it a line
Yeah, sure.
Could I...
for Elara to follow if she were to come back to this point. If she spots it.
The things we were
She's very
fighting weren't
perceptive.
beasts, giants, or monstrosities, were they?
No.
Can you
Right.
make the
Undead,
symbol of
undead,
Evandra?
and undead.
Right.
Make the symbol of Evandra?
Yeah,
Or a buckland symbol? Is there a
I
buckland
can.
symbol?
But this is a Buckland infested zone. They'd know that. They might also know of Evandra because I was taught the ways of Evandra from some Bucklands. So I won't do that. Just a line.
Who's some Buckland?
Hmm?
Who's some Buckland?
What?
Who is some Buckland?
I said some Bucklands.
Oh, okay. I just thought you might have a brother called Some.
What about Chinchilla?
What about it?
George Chinchilla?
I could.
Elara would be the only person to know.
I think she'd spot this line, if I'm honest.
Could
I
be a
don't
line from
think
there.
he remembers what a chinchilla looks like.
True.
I'm just waiting for you guys to tell me what you want to do. I'm just having a laugh listening to this banter.
Reynard.
I'd like a short rest.
Yeah.
Do you want to take a short rest in the sewer?
No.
Reynard,
I can't think of anything worse. Yes.
lead us back up to the weapons smith.
Where we came in.
Yes. And then we can rest there and then make our journey through the sewers to the
Fully
clock tower.
prepared.
Is that a short rest or a long rest you want to take?
Short rest.
That's like 4 hours, isn't it?
1 hour.
1 hour. While Elora's still down here.
We will have to
we've
take
come
that
back to the
risk.
spot. She's untraceable right now. I'd rather be prepared if she is captured or something, have something suitable and useful to attack her captors with. If she went down and is kidnapped, we need to be prepared for that, because she is strong. And if someone takes her out, then
Well,
Libram is like, I do still need to heal my own injuries.
let's rest at the weaponsmith where you can stop gagging.
how long did... I suppose we know how long Pass Without Trace lasts for.
Yeah, if you know how to cast it, yeah.
Oh.
If you don't, then probably not.
I mean, it's been cast on
It's
us.
an hour.
If you've had it cast on you, then yeah, you
It's
know
an
it's
hour.
around an hour, yeah.
We rest and we pick up the trace.
When she could be revealed by then.
She's not stupid.
She has an invisibility ring.
She does.
In that case...
Libram will say, I do not know this friend of yours, but if she has artifacts like a ring of invisibility, it can become an elemental and is smart enough to hide herself down here. I'm sure she's more than capable to find you.
She's almost as capable as me.
Oh.
I just share a look with Libram.
She rolls her eyes.
Let's rest and be at our best for anything that might approach.
The creatures you fought, the spawn, they were nobles. They were literally nobodies. People, fat cats, aristocrats that got wealthy upon other people's work. They are neither strong nor cunning nor fast.
What?
This Karen Blackearth, I witnessed him attacking on the day that he transformed. He is unlike anything you've seen in this city so far.
Cam, you know this Karen, don't you?
Not in this form, but yeah, he's always been a formidable person.
He was from what I understand of this town's histories, he's always been a world-class duelist. He had some magical knowledge. now with these dark powers, he's stronger, faster, more bloodthirsty.
He was always an asshole.
Well, we've seen what vampirism does to even halflings, the powers it gives them.
Yeah, it makes him really mean. Did you hear what he called my dick?
Yes, a slug.
Unbelievable. Anyway,
Tiny smirk.
let's
Tiny
rest.
smoke.
Smirk.
Oh, tiny smoke. I was like, tiny smoke from where? What are you setting on fire now?
Yeah.
Don't set fire down here. There's a lot of gas.
In that case, it's this way.
It's not.
And I'll lead everyone back to
where the weapon shop is.
the
Okay.
weapon shop.
So as you get up, the sun is in its final cresting down onto the horizon. You make your way back to the kind of merchant general store. It's fairly secure. You reckon it's got a door on it at least. You reckon you can probably bar it up if you needed to.
Yeah.
Are there any
There's a back
bodies
room.
of what look like blacksmiths nearby?
It's not a blacksmith. This is like a merchant store, like a general store, like an adventure
are there
store.
any?
Okay.
But there are no bodies in this store. But outside, in the sort of next building over, maybe look like some sort of like, I don't know, clerk's office. Like there's writing desks and things like that. You can actually see some like bodies like just hunched over, holding quills, parchment in their hand.
Let's rest away from eye shot.
Well, I'm just wary that if they continue their lives as if they were still alive during the night, a merchant could come in here to continue his duty.
Right, so let's go where they wouldn't.
We're in the back room. Like there's a storeroom.
Let's
We
go
can
in the
barricade.
Yeah, let's go in the storeroom. They likely not go there first, at least.
Can we barricade like the front door and windows and then
Yeah.
like another layer,
Yeah.
like several layers of barricades?
Well, whoever's not taking a short rest can do that. It's an hour for a short rest.
And when
Testament's like, I do not need to rest. I will be fine.
Cool.
Do
do you recover spells on a short again?
No.
No.
I'm guessing that 10
I can do it
HP
as
is
well
gone
then.
now.
Last 8 hours, you casted it just before you entered, so no, you're still fine for the time being.
Cool.
While I'm helping...
You've got like 2-3 hours of it left, I think, of aid. Yeah, so Testament and Reynard, because Reynard, what's your strength? You're quite strong as well, right?
Yeah, 14.
Yeah, 14. That's strong. That's really athletic still, more than a normal fellow. You and Testament are about equal in athleticism, and you start doing things like pulling like planks up. You find like hammer and nails. You hammer boards in. You board up the door.
Yeah.
You do what you can.
While I'm doing that, could I look around for potions for...
Give me an investigation check.
Investigation. 18.
18. Yeah, you search through this merchant store and you actually find, tucked behind the counter, there's actually like, not quite a secret drawer, but a hidden sort of compartment.
Cool.
And inside that you find a small chest, like a locked chest, probably some like where the merchant kept his coins and like his earnings for the day. But alongside that are 3 vials and like a little rack, like a little chest tube rack, like
Nice.
vials with stoppers and little labels. Each of them are potion of healing. So 3 standard potions of healing.
Cool.
There's also general supplies, like if you wanted things like you find a net. If you
A
want
net.
a net. There are torches, rations, water skins and rations have been looted probably.
Can I take
as
some
have a lot of
torches?
some of the weapons. Huh?
Can I take some torches?
You can take torches, yeah.
How many?
Yeah, there's torches, like 3 torches.
This is post
There's things
rest.
like ladders. This is Reynard's not really taking a rest, so I'm guessing Juto, if you're taking a rest, you'll have to get this on the way out.
Okay, you know hit dice
Yes.
that you roll?
Yeah.
What was it you add to it?
It's con modifier, constitution modifier. So each one you roll, you add your con modifier to. So you don't have one. Libram goes into a corner. She rests the hammer down. She puts the shield down, and you can see her kind of get into a meditative stance like Juto does. And she begins just like taking deep, slow breaths. And you can see that her wounds sort of begin to heal as ki sort of passes over and things like that. It kind of explains how you can fucking heal on a short rest, I guess.
Once I wake up, I'm gonna stumble through. Reynard.
Yes.
Reynard.
Yes.
Weird dreams.
Really?
In fact, I have to talk to you before you do that.
Weird dreams.
She's at 4. He's at 4.
Go on.
You don't dream, but when you take, are you taking a short rest?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you roll hit dice and stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
Done.
Okay. So during you do that, as the sun is dipping down and you can feel the light kind of fading and it begin to get cooler, you do hear Avandra just whispering, but her voice is so, it's like not before where you've spoken to her and you've seen her and her voice has been clear. This is like she's so far away that it's barely a whisper, and it's so hard to hear her, and you can tell that she's actually. It sounds like she's afraid. Like her voice is not quite trembling, but she's just like, "You must be careful. Beware the dirge singer. Beware the dirge singer." And it just kind of this whisper plays in your mind, and then as the sun finally drops down into the horizon and darkness kind of begins to descend on Graybell, you begin to hear this ghostly, but also hauntingly beautiful, almost angelic music begin to rise up. This beautiful woman's voice, but it sends a chill throughout your whole body as it begins to just completely echo across the city. And then you begin to hear them, the shuffling of feet, bone scraping against stone, shuffling of bodies, murmurs, like almost like attempted at speech, but like, and you can see shapes moving outside of the store. You may continue.
We need to go. We need to go now.
So it's
Back in the sewer.
It's what, like 7 o'clock? Like
But it's already like as if it was like 9 o'clock at night.
Evandra called to me while I was resting, and she's very scared of these. And gods don't get scared. Let's go now.
how are we?
Don't look down.
Into the sewers.
That's we.
What? Okay.
Okay. I'm very scared.
Right, so what do you suggest we go out there into the sewers now?
We need to go down. We need to get out of the town. Now.
Out of the town?
Just into the sewer.
Okay. And is there anything downwards? Like a ladder, like a hidden cellar,
In
like
the
anything?
store? No.
Okay. How are we to get from here to the sewer grate, which was what? That was pretty close, wasn't it?
It was close, like maybe like 40, 50 feet away from the store.
I can pass without a trace.
Oh.
Let's do it.
All right.
Libram looks over to you. It's like, I am not used to sneaking around. And she stands in her full chainmail.
Well, you go last.
If need be, myself and Testament can try and lure the hordes away.
And then what?
Find somewhere to hide.
And you're just going to split off from us.
If that's easier.
You're going to get surrounded by thousands and thousands of things.
These undead, we can try and fight our way around. They are slow. We can try and outrun them.
We need a meeting point then, if that's the case. Find another way into the sewers once you are away.
You're heading towards into the inner city, yes?
Yes, towards the clock tower. From the sewers.
Why are you heading to the clock tower?
He said.
Wow.
What is your plan
The
here?
dirge singer.
We want to kill the dirge
Yes.
singer.
I don't know anything about it, unfortunately. I've heard its name, I've heard its song.
There is a celestial, apparently, in the clock tower. You can hear her now. When she sings, the dead walk. If we are to do any sort of attempt on Karen or bringing an end to this madness, she must die first.
If you believe, if she is the cause to the undead and the song, then yes, I agree.
That's absolutely what it is.
Very well. In that case, we will meet you at the clock tower. I do not think I can make it to that grate without attracting attention. I can try, but...
Lay low, at the break of dawn, when the sun is rising again, we will take to the streets and meet you at the clock tower. That's when we'll come from the surface, right?
Yes.
And these things will go back to rest.
You're going to stay in the sewers until dawn.
We might have to surface into another building
Okay.
of some kind. But yes.
Very well.
I want to take Cam and Juto to the side real quick and just say, if they lure the undead away,
Yeah.
they could potentially lure the patrols away as well,
Yeah.
which ultimately gets us through the city pretty unscathed.
Like
I'm not sure they'll be safe or if they'll make it through. If the patrols come after them too.
They're pretty hardy people. What choice do we have? She's just going to rumble us, and then we'd have everything chasing us.
True.
I'd rather cut our losses.
They've been captured once before.
They have, and they survived it.
They did say that they were only captured. They said they were only captured because they were taken by surprise.
I can turn her invisible. Unfortunately, I need a long rest.
I can turn myself invisible. I have Blessing of the Trickster. I can grant you stealth.
That might make it easier. You can
That way
attempt
she
to.
could come with us.
We can all then travel together.
I think it would be better to travel together.
One concern I have. You think that this dirge singer is responsible for this music, yes?
Yes.
It only can be heard at night. What if you are not able to... What if it is not there during the day to attack?
Then we wait for the night time,
Very well.
and we plan an attack.
Very well. Do you have rations and things like that? We may need to source some food and water.
Yes.
Very well.
I feel like I would do. I haven't written it down.
We found a bunch in the shop, didn't we? You said
No,
that-
no, I forgot that they would have been ransacked by the survivors in the town.
I have rations.
I mean, we haven't really.
You've not needed them for a while. You've not really stocked
We
Yeah.
did.
I have
I remember
10.
us stocking up in the town
You
before.
did stock up in roots, well, yes.
Yeah.
So, okay, it makes sense that you would have some. Yeah. Okay, sure.
I think we prepared ourselves to be in Graybell for a while. So.
Okay, sure. Right. So you're going to Blessing of the Trickster and pass without a trace?
Does treatment need it as well?
No, he's wearing leather. He's just like, no.
Just
I'll be
library.
fine.
Right. Come. I'm gonna grip a forehead.
Mhm.
And
This is a divine blessing, yes?
yes.
Okay.
Oh.
I'll roll a d100.
Oh, here we go.
Shit.
So, you cast this out. You vaguely hear that whisper of Vavandra say, she says to you in your mind, this woman has turned from the gods, but I know how much you need this. And the blessing takes place.
Nice. Nice.
I thank Vandra internally.
Libram just doesn't seem to notice whatever happens. She thinks it might be a spell or something like that, as far as you're aware. And then you're going to cast Pass Without a Trace, right?
Yes.
Okay, so everyone has plus 10. Because you've given her advantage and her armor gives her disadvantage, this is just now a flat roll for Libram.
But with a plus 10.
With a plus 10, so. And she does have a plus 1 dex, so. Oh, that's pretty good for Libram. And Testament's great as well. So we're talking 28 and
What have you
30.
done?
That's fine.
So, what'd you get?
22.
22?
32.
31.
Fucking
So
hell.
22 was the
Where's
lowest.
Raynor? Shit! He's done it
I've
on Laura!
also got hide in plain sight as well, but I can't move. So, I'll do it.
Okay.
So if anyone looks at me, I just stand still. I'm a tree.
Yeah. So, you guys quietly open the door to this merchant store, and you can see outside, you can hear the sounds of quills scratching against parchment, and these clerks are just, but they're not really writing, it's just movement. You see, like, shuffling, like, townsfolk, like, carrying empty baskets or half-filled, cloth bundles, just, like, dragging them through the streets. You see guards in sort of rusted armor, just kind of... and it's like the town has come alive, full of the undead.
With puppets.
You open it up, and all of you quietly begin creeping, and without making too much noise, staying out of sight, waiting for these creatures to turn around, you actually make your way past them. You get to the grate. With a great feat of strength, Libram lifts it up, and you descend down into the darkness. And that is where we're going to finish up today. That's time.
I don't like this puppet town. Zombie town.
You guys have done fine. I don't know what you're worried about. You've done
No,
fine.
I'm just waiting for the
You don't want to
inevitable
fight
death.
10,000 zombies?
No.
I have stats for it.
We could have done like a Shaun of the Dead.
Horde
like,
mode.
We need to practice our undead voices.
I was expecting somewhat of that going on. Right, that's it. We're going to read donations now, if there are any. So
Thank you for watching.
Thank you very much for putting that up.
Classic. Go for it, Mark. Do a few.
Nightjar donated, thank you very much, with a little heart message. Thank you, Nightjar, always a pleasure. Quarter Hundo from Easy Sim, thank you very much. Absolutely love you guys, all caught up now on YouTube. This is my first live stream. Much love to Trot Hat Films fans since an epic hat venture.
Thank you.
Damn.
Thank you very much,
Yeah, a
Easy
lot of
Sim, and
people.
welcome. Lots of new people.
Yeah, saying.
It's great.
They're now catching up.
Ola
Good.
Renve donated with no message, thank you very much. And Viola Pona donated as well.
Nice.
I give my thanks to you guys for getting me into D&D to the point of DMing my own
Whee.
game. On that note, what is your opinion of my friend's new character name? Balasar Big D the Girthy. He's a Dragonborn Paladin of Nural, of all deities.
It's the best
Okay.
name I've heard in 2018.
We wouldn't allow
Balasar
it
Big
in an
D.
RP server, would
Okay.
they?
Oh boy.
Trot, go on.
Praetorian Legion donated. Hey, you guys are the reason I started playing D and DMing to boot. Thanks very much. Could I get you to say Hunter's Mark in your best bad German accent?
It's a meme, apparently.
Go on then.
Hunter's Mark?
Hunter's Mark. Hunter's Markun.
Hunter's Mark.
Oh, actually, that's pretty good.
No, you sound, yeah.
Also, any tips for DMing people 8+ at a time?
Don't.
Try and
Reduce
split
the
them.
group size down.
Kill them.
No, it's really tough. Try and split it up. Like, make sure that everybody gets a chance to do stuff. It's a hard
So
thing.
a couple more. RC1804 donated. Hi rollers. I just want to say thank you so much for all the time you've given making this fantastic series. I'm still catching up as I'm on episode 30 on Yogs Live, but just want to say thanks. Apparently this is episode 69. Lol.
69.
I'll be buying the High Rollers dice soon for my D&D game. Which one are you going to get? You're going to get Dead Reckoning? Or are you going to get They're not available, so you'll be getting the High Rollers.
Well, they might be.
Which are just
I think
as
there might be.
good.
I think there's still
They
some on
might
the
be,
store.
yeah.
Sweet. Go on, Thomas.
SEFL1126. Hi, rollers. Donated to those filthy hat lads the other night because I donated to you guys recently, and now I'm donating to you because I donated to Hat Film. So I'm stuck in a vicious circle. Help! Also, Tom/Trot are still catfishes. Kate, thanks. Bye.
Are you catfishes? Are you catfishing
I'm a
people?
catfish.
Yeah?
As in like a fish, a trout, a catfish.
Then why is Tom a catfish?
I don't know. I don't know why you
Tom the cat, maybe.
No. Anyway.
Yeah. Magwolf11 with a quarter hundo. Whoa! Got to turn it off before spoilers. Still back on episode 58. Started watching a
Not
few
too far
months
off.
ago. Listen on my 1 hour commute every day. Thanks, Mark, for getting me into D&D, and Cam and Trot for being so sexy. Guess I'll go watch you two die in PUBG.
Oh, don't talk to me about PUBG.
Lol. And the Curly Girl. Haven't caught a High Rollers live stream in so long, but been keeping up with the VODs. Mark, any advice on how to get over the DM nerves? I only DM'd once and it wasn't great, and now I'm too scared to try again.
It's like anything, you just got to practice. Like, honestly, like, it's okay if things didn't go 100% right on your first time. You just look at it, try and figure out what, you want to improve on, and then just keep doing it.
You're not expected to go right.
You're not expected, like, things are going to happen. I often find, like, preparing and, like, having, like, cheat sheets and notes and stuff will help a lot with nerves, because it kind of takes some of that pressure away. But yeah, it's just something you have to get used to, unfortunately. It's like any kind of theatre or performance. Just the more you do it, the less nervous you'll be.
As long as everyone's having fun.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Kim, would you like to carry on?
Dancing on fire. That must suck. I can't watch live today, but I have to pop in to donate to my favourite stream. I made sure to wear my shirt in support today, though, and maybe it will bring me luck in my own game later. Good luck.
It won't. Cool. It won't bring you luck.
Only purple shirts do.
Alvan Island. Second stream I've ever managed to catch live after catching up just before Christmas. Just wanted to thank you guys for getting me into D&D. One of my friends is a DM and is planning horrible things for the future.
Oh, good.
Hopefully I'll get to see you at I-62.
Sounds like a great DM.
Yes,
Forward
come
to seeing
to
you there.
I-62.
Yep, just
Live
reiterate,
show.
Insomnia 62, there are tickets available now for a live show of D&D. It's the last time you'll probably ever catch these characters, so...
Yeah. Well,
Tuxie has donated. Hi all, and in particular Tom. You're my favourite.
Oh, I didn't think I'd hear Kim say that.
Carry on.
Die a death.
Love this stream every week, although not live, as usually cooking Sunday roast when you're on. Please say happy 18th birthday to my daughter Krushla. It will make her day.
Happy birthday, Kushla.
birthday,
Happy
Kushla.
18th.
birthday to you.
Kushla.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Oh yeah, also thank you to my Secret Santa for finally getting me my gift, which was this tote bag
Nice.
that actually weirdly looks like Juto.
It does.
Is it so? It wasn't actually a Juto picture. It's just a tote bag with
It was
a
just
picture.
a tiefling, and it looks.
Why would you know?
Do you
You're
want
not
to read some
Santa.
I'm not her Secret Santa.
Carry on.
It only just turned up. Mark, back to you.
Okay.
Back to you, Mark.
Zephyr012, thank you very much. Ended up late because my game overran, but oh boy, was it worth it. 2 words, Evil Mirror. Also, quick shout out to my older brother whose birthday is today.
Wow.
I'll get him to watch you guys eventually. Please do.
Happy
Thank you very
birthday
much.
to you.
Happy
Shy has also donated. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you all for the amazing content inspiring me to find my own D&D group. You're all such awesome people. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. Shy. Frank the NPC donated as well. Man, I wanted the canned death, not Elara, rip. Lel.
We all did.
And then Nicatoris donated, just started getting into D&D, however none of my friends are interested. What do I do?
Kill them.
A good sneaky tactic is if they are nerdy friends that you think would like it but are just like put off by it, just invite them round to hang out, have them sit down at a table.
And boom, dice!
And then just literally like put the dice and character sheets in front of them and then just start playing. Like, people have done that and it works. Like, they get into it.
Alternatively, anytime they tell you a story, you can then be like,
Roll for it.
did you roll for an ability check? And they'll be like, whoa, that's so much fun!
Tegan donated, meant to be saving for a study abroad trip to Japan, but I had a
Nice.
crappy birthday yesterday and you guys have made my weekend better.
Happy birthday to you.
Thanks and good luck with all your death saving throws in the next few episodes. Get those natural 20s.
Yeah.
Arigatou gozaimasu.
S. Mitchell, 86, donated
Hey!
Mitchell, no message.
There's no message, but thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
J.K.
very much.
Quinn donated, if you were to play and one-shot with the children of your characters, who would be their other parents? This doesn't include all of the kinds of illegitimate children that are all around about.
Okay, so if you were to play a one
It
shot
would
with
be
the
your-
children of your characters, but you get to pick who the other parent was.
Who's the parent?
Yeah, who's the parent of your other kids?
Flania?
I'll
Okay.
never tell. Grunker.
What? Someone else has got to be the parent.
Who's the
Yeah,
parent of your kid?
That's what I think it says anyway.
Juto.
Correct.
You can have
Yeah, she's
magical aid, like she just she's no other
Virgin
parent,
child.
just Juto.
Should probably go off.
Might be Mary Madeline. Madeline?
Librum. She'd probably go with Librum.
I'll do one more. Varys donated. I probably shouldn't be donating since I'm low on money. Then you don't have to. But thank you at the moment. But you guys deserve it, and I can go without food for a couple of days anyway. Jeez.
Yay.
And as always, love all the stuff you do and keep up the good work. Please eat.
Thanks, Varys. Tom.
T Porter 222 has donated with, hey, High Rollers, thanks for the wonderful stories and characters you keep creating for our entertainment. Kim, you look amazing as always. Please know that we all miss seeing you outside of High Rollers, but it's great we still get the full Kim experience here each Sunday. Thank you very much.
Fish full of Kim.
Chidori90, can't wait to see you guys live at Insomnia 62.
And live Insomnia 62 coming at the end of the
31st of March.
31st of March at the NEC in Birmingham.
Saving up all I can saving up all I can to buy all the High Rollers merch there. Can you confirm if you will have dice sets or any of the sold out D&D books?
We always reserve dice sets and our own merch, but we can't guarantee the books will be there.
Yeah, the books is a different thing, but the dice we should have standard ones. We probably won't have Dead Reckoning because I think they'll probably be sold by then.
We
But
usually
should have
keep some
standard
stock
ones.
behind for everything for these kind of shows.
And we might have new merch by then as well.
Yeah.
New merch that
What?
might be released on that show.
Well, the mugs are on.
You get it
Mugs
first.
are on, but yeah, I think
Mugs are up on the store.
And we'll be signing stuff as well.
maybe poster and maybe some other stuff.
Yeah.
But we'll be able to sign stuff anyways. But Dabadees has donated with one of my favourite arcs so far. Ouch. Picturing Graybell looking similar to Yharnam from Bloodborne. Goodbye,
influence.
Laura. But she does have the invisible ring.
Yeah, she'll be alright.
She's alright.
Otherwise, Mark would die
With
IRL.
messed up Murphy Markisms. I've never seen a vampire interrogated so hard. Stakes were high today, much like in the kobold tradition of fishing ducks across
Fishing ducks.
Christ. Fishing ducks across a freezing hot barrel floating in a philosophical river surrounded by knapsacks. I don't go. Oh God, it's so hard to read.
I don't dare go near it.
All Marcus.
My dyslexic, migrained brain just
I forgot the last one.
Considering that the account is called Messed Up Murphy Marxisms.
Don't dare go near it.
Did I say that? When did I say
Don't dare go near it. Something like that.
Carry on.
Oh, so
5
good.
minutes.
Kim.
J.K. Quinn has donated. I didn't have enough characters, so here's my second donation. Mark, have you considered using a tabletop sim for some of your board games? You have an awesome community and would easily find some people to play online with. I'd be down to play with you.
I don't like tabletop sim because it unfortunately scams a lot of board game creators out of money, which is I don't want to support it on the channel. I know that people have good reasons to play it. You live abroad from other people that you're friends with. I don't like doing tabletop sim because it is basically just pirating board games.
Yeah, they scan the cards and put them in without.
In that interest, I pretty much only play games I know that people I'm playing with own.
Yes, I mean that's okay, but
It's like
I still
owning a
don't like
rocket.
it.
But
Yeah.
it's
Zephyr1 has donated.
I don't want to support it.
Hi Rollers, shame Kate couldn't make this one, but it was still fun to watch. I'm wondering, are there any plans to release the soundtrack sheet music for purpose? This week's
That's a perfect question for Steve.
100% necessary question, most common / frequent breakfast.
Well, some of them. Probably not for Steve on his music. Obviously, some of the other music we use is from Epidemic Sound, so we don't own that music, so we can't give it out, unfortunately. But Steve's music, he just said, probably not.
I can give you like Beethoven sheet music.
Yeah, there you go.
That's an open license.
And then what was the other one? Most common frequent breakfast. Can of Coke.
What?
I thought you meant
You're
like, I thought
dying.
it's like nationally. Mine's a protein shake and a banana.
Oh,
Which
look
is-
at you, Mr. Healthy Fit.
That's not
fit
that
boy.
healthy.
I mean,
And
protein
porridge.
shake. Oh, porridge, yeah. I mean, Wheatos.
You're such a boy. You're such a child.
I'm such a child.
Right,
I
Kim, please give a normal breakfast.
Cocoa Puffs.
Either like leftovers or Chinese rice porridge.
There you go. That is a. You're the most. Yeah,
Super.
that's actually a normal
I
person.
can't eat
breakfast.
like cereal or
No.
anything with dairy. Makes me
I
feel
rarely do
sick.
breakfast. Right.
Carry
Do
on.
you want to read some more?
Shadowhand has donated a quarter. Is that
Yeah,
enough?
yeah,
Missed my chance to donate last week, so belated happy birthday to Tom, who apparently shares my birthday.
Thank you, and also happy birthday to you.
And Ace of Thorns has donated saying dinner issues meant I missed the start of the stream. Oh, so I'll have to patch the gap with the VOD. Great stuff as always, and safe travel homes, Cutter.
She's probably still in the airport.
Mick.
Mo Christie. Vampires. Sheet. Thank you very much. Meta Manu, as always.
hey.
I can't wait for next week to discover what happened to Elara. My support will be a little later, less than usual for a few weeks because my graphics card broke yesterday and I can't live without a new one. That's understandable. Love you all. Thank you very
We
much.
can live without your donations.
The Nord's
Thank you.
House. Congratulations, you survived a whole session without your strongest ally. They did. You all did very well.
Yeah,
I'm
but
still
we've
there.
got Libram and...
Too bad.
Yeah, you did have 2 NPCs. They're not that high level. though.
Oh, Mark.
Awkward dog boner. This week's boner rating. Let's do it out of 20. Slug dick trot to blame for Elara raging hard on
Straight
moment. Local vampire interrogating. Found boots in his daggers. Erection rejection moment. Ooh, Juto will learn how to put more force into her blows. Hashtag
Beautiful.
bone on Sunday.
Beautiful. Always a classic.
Good job.
Eris Umbros donated fever, chills, aches, coughing, sore throat, and yet I still watch you lovelies play this blasted game. I suppose that's what happens when you've been playing for 20 years. Lots of love, no kisses, of course. Have a good Sunday. Hope you get
very
better.
much.
Thank you.
Yeah, don't kiss me, I don't
Dabba D's donated saying, I like your arc as well, Tom. Reynard is my favourite, but vampires.
Dabba D's.
Thank you for donating to make Tom feel better. And the last one. Nightjar.
Yeah.
Go on.
Nightjar again with, are you eating enough, Kim? You're looking a little skeletal.
Oh.
No.
I did wonder where that was going, and then I looked at what
Yeah.
you were wearing. Oh my god.
Okay.
Stick away!
Yeah.
Looking fetch though, as always.
As always.
Heart symbol.
And that's it for donations. Thank you all once again for joining us. We will be back next Sunday.
Full party next week.
Full party next week.
To take on
Don't
vamps.
forget, Insomnia 62, really epic live show. It's going to be great. Tickets on sale now. Check the High
retirement.
Rollers Twitter at High Rollers DN.
Nice.
D. You can check that out there. We'll be back with Katie next week. That's goodbye from me. Goodbye from them.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye. Bye 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 bye. See you next week. Bye 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 bye.
Fading
Bye, bye.
away.
Wow, this is slow. Bye 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 bye.